Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Fallout Coldfront, the Fallout 2D20 campaign we run Saturday evenings, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Last episode, you all were traveling. You had gotten word that Dr. Actually, you've never been told he's a doctor. This person.
He was something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
he
a
wears a lab
scientist.
coat.
I think
Yeah,
Pix
in this age
assumes
of
that
no
everyone who's
degrees.
really smart is just called a doctor, and so she would just assume.
Yeah, if there's no doctorate,
like,
that's
oh yeah,
all it is.
he knew a lot of stuff. He was the doctor
Yeah.
because she doesn't know anything
Yeah,
else.
I mean, no one has a doctorate, right?
Well, you're pursuing a scientist, at the very least, Courtlant. Now with his bodyguard, Sergeant Corporal, in tow.
Lawrence.
You all, after a variety of hijinks that I will not describe on the way to Dayton, arrived in Dayton. And the last thing that I believe we ended on was you all deciding to take the train to Indy. To go there first rather than Xanadu, which is where Dr. Fletcher's brother is, apparently. Or at least where he's heading. So, we're going to go ahead and pick up back at Trapshoot Station, which is where you all are at in Dayton. You're on just a raised wooden platform right next to the actual station master who you talk to, waiting for the train to arrive. Actually, bam, it's here.
Oh, wait, I've got things to do.
Oh, okay, all right. Train has left the station.
Backs out.
He's just like on the tracks. Jumps off. Time goes back. What just happened?
I'm sorry, I figured this was the downtime we were going to get.
There's
Yeah,
like a little
well, I
butterfly
mean-
in the corner.
You're going to be riding on a train, so
I know, but I need, like, a room or something.
yeah.
I would
There are
actually
rooms
ask if
on a
there's,
train.
like... Well, I know, but, like...
It's all
privacy.
rooms. They're all rooms. You can just get
I
a private
know.
room on the train.
There's a bathroom over there. I'm assuming there's a bathroom in the train station.
I would actually just ask Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere I could go to have a private conversation?
Ooh,
Side room, break room,
Bathroom.
not
when
that.
I say station, I mean there is a place for Tomlinson, a booth, and that's it.
Oh, never mind.
You can
I
go
imagine
stand
the
over
actual
there.
station.
Trains are rooms.
I'll be back in just a few minutes here.
There are ruins nearby, but them's the ruins.
I will go find a ruin
Okay.
of many ruins.
Yeah.
And just sit down on a block of rubble.
Yep. Okay. Roll a perception check.
At least one of those is good.
You find power.
This is what? Perception and... Oh, remind me, is it survival for perception? Perception survival?
Correct.
All right. So that's... One. Oh,
Oops, sorry. Stabbing
One.
you with a pencil.
Just
is
one?
one.
Okay. Yeah. You find an abandoned-looking building, mostly shattered rubble, but it looks private enough. There you go.
All right. And I'll go ahead and put the antenna on my Pip-Boy up, and I would like to fire up my radio, and I would like to give a call to Faithon.
It would be one you would put on your backpack probably, because it's a really
I
big
see.
antenna, and it would be hard to carry that on
So
your
this
hand.
is the one for the close ones. That's the one for
Bingo.
the faraway
You have
calls.
two radios.
So it would be the big antenna this time.
Correct. Just an update for you all, and this is because this is what she did in the company. If any of you really, really want one of these, message me about it, or maybe she can build you one. But Jules actually does have a radio transceiver on her Pip-Boy. So she is able to communicate with you long distance, but you cannot talk back to her. You can receive radio signals. She can send them and receive.
I would ideally like to outfit everybody with one of those.
Yes. That would be fun.
I feel like it would be more helpful.
Mhm.
So maybe that'll be the next project after the pip talk.
Yes, but right now you attach
Which one is
a
priority?
antenna to a boxy-looking device on your back. Not too boxy. I know you don't want to look like a cardboard box.
We've had this conversation about power armor.
But you are now ready to transmit long-range communications.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hail Faithon.
Okay.
Can I use my Pip-Boy to just try to see if I can find the frequency?
What did you say when you left?
Just that I need to go have a private conversation.
If she's going by herself, I assume that
Yeah.
she's...
Yeah, you can absolutely try to tune in. Roll a intelligence. I'll say science. That's the best.
3 successes.
Very nice, sir.
Would that change if you did perception instead of science?
No.
Perception instead of intelligence. 3 successes.
Very
Okay.
nice. Oh, a 1. Hey.
And my intelligence is a 9.
So,
Or no.
I apologize. I probably should have codified this a little bit more, but I believe with the encryption device that you use on your Pip-Boy, you would not be saying anything. Speaking, you're not gonna. This is not like a telephone where you can just say, "Hey, is
Ring,
anyone
ring.
there?" Right.
Right.
You are probably transmitting. Essentially, you would type a message on the Pip-Boy first. And then transmit that, and that would be transmitted in the form of essentially Morse code.
Now, would it still be helpful to play it out as a conversation with the understanding that it was typed?
Yes, it would be helpful. But for the sake of what you receive, it would be Morse code. Do you know Morse code?
I'm not sure, because thing is, he's very well educated and from the vault.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's arguable that he could have learned Morse code
Yeah.
in the lab as a useful language to learn.
I will let you decide.
I think he does.
Okay.
He seems smart.
Roll a... This one would be... Perception plus...
That's an interesting one, actually.
Yeah. Not speech.
Science?
Maybe? I would say so, actually.
He has a tagged 6 in science. That's why he suggests it.
But it's also kind of fair if we're not going to make up a hidden skill or hidden focus like we did in Dishonored.
Correct. Yeah.
I do think science would probably be the
Yeah,
closest
we'll just
analog.
stick with science. Difficulty of 7.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Partial successes?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, that's 4 successes.
Dang, man.
4.
Way to go.
That's impressive. Okay. I will grant you some advice on this. It is obviously in code. And more than just Morse code. It's not... obviously, letters are spitting out with Morse code and numbers. And essentially what I'm saying right now with that check is you would realize that this is not just some simple substitution or a simple cipher. This is... It's a lot like an Enigma cipher, to be fair. It's a computerized, complex
Can I
cipher.
save all of the numbers and stuff that I get and work later on decoding them?
Now
That's
roll a
Snoop.
perception survival check to see if you listen and hear everything appropriately. Because Morse code goes very fast and it's not repeating. It goes
Okay.
out once.
I will say that science roll of 4 should probably go towards him trying to encode it or decode it if he does take it all down, though. Because right now it's feeling like that didn't contribute to too much.
I also think that this is an incredibly hard encryption that you
Yeah,
guys
no, I'm
use.
just trying to be fair.
Yeah. I don't think I could view it as a cumulative thing. That all I have to do is get 3 more successes and I've cracked the
No,
Enigma
right,
code.
right. I'm just saying it might be taken into account.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
what is the thing capable of doing? Can I type numbers
Sorry, I
into?
didn't
Can I
mean for
type?
this to be such a thing.
Can I type numbers into my Pip-Boy?
Yeah.
So,
that's a good question.
Say I'm hearing it. Can I just tap
Is it a
into a
touchscreen?
notepad app
Yeah.
I feel like most of them are
That's
not a
nope,
touchscreen
as I'm
that I've seen.
Can I do? Because I could probably do dots and dashes alternately into
Right.
a note thing on the Pip-Boy.
You could. This is kind of a check to decide of how quick can you do that, and can you actually hear everything? Because as I said, this is not most Morse code messages are repeated constantly. She only needs to send it once, and
Good.
you need to hear it all accurately and not make any mistakes in transcribing it.
Nothing.
Okay, I
Oh,
didn't even
man.
say the difficulty. Okay.
My perception and survival. My survival's non-existent.
Yep. So essentially, I'd say that you get maybe 5 or 6 words that you assume. Actually, no, there's no spaces. You get maybe 20 letters, and that would be when you realize, okay, it's a cipher, and I'm sure with the science of, or with the check of 4, you're like, okay, well, let's just unscramble them. It's easy. It's just a simple substitution.
I don't necessarily want to know this message, but I want to see if I can save up as often as I can different portions of messages and learn to decipher the enigma.
Okay, absolutely. Yep,
Fletcher is a snoot, man.
you certainly can.
All right.
We're also. Do you want this conversation to be private? I can ask people to leave the room if you want.
No. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I figured as much. Okay. What are you broadcasting? Actually, after you broadcast that, you would just hear a simple chime. Maybe something like doo doo doo. This is the computer that you were broadcasting to.
I see. All right, the initial message would go, Phaethon, this is Hephaestus. I'm on mission for Delroy Trade Lines, tracking a scientist, Cortland, who's heading for the Indianapolis Central Weather Station. Have you heard anything about the subject? Should we know anything else before entering your territory? Over.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You wait a little while, maybe a couple minutes, maybe half an hour, and eventually you hear a similar chime. Doo doo doo. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to geek out about this like intricate communication system that we've made. But essentially, you would need to acknowledge that I'm ready to receive the message.
Sure, so I would indicate that.
This
Go
thing
ahead
is
and send
basically an
the
answering
reply.
machine. Because you can't hail people at all times. What's that?
I would go ahead and acknowledge I'm ready for the reply.
Yep. You would get, and you would.
I mean,
I'm
it would
gonna
probably be
I'm
the
gonna
same
constitute your
frequency.
check for this entire conversation, if you don't mind, rather than just doing a dice roll for every single message, because there are a few messages. You would get a response. Describe Courtland. What kind of scientist?
Subject is a meteorologist, and then I would kind of insert the description that Sarge gave. Balding, full beard, other facets of the description I did not take to heart quite so well,
That's okay.
but I may have somewhere around here. No, I don't have it. Big
Okay.
sad.
All right. And this one you would not get an immediate response to.
Okay, I had another message I needed to send out anyway,
Yeah.
so I'll go ahead and fill the time with that.
Mhm.
So this one, I would like to contact Hercules.
Okay.
Hercules, this is Hephaestus. I'm tracking a group named Gnosis that may have entered your territory. Leader named Radamanthus. Possible involvement with potent chems. Mob in pursuit. Any relevant information on Gnosis or Xanadu? We are in delayed pursuit. Suggest your attention.
Okay. After about 23 minutes, you would receive a reply on that one. Read you loud and clear, Hephaestus. Haven't heard anything about a Gnosis, but Xanadu is definitely a place to fence potent chems. Mob is very present there, so if Radamanthus is there, the mob knows. Other than them, it's a great place to make connections, but not to stay under the radar. Places ruled by a nosy Nelly called Armitage that knows everything that goes on under the dome. Are you trying to destroy Gnosis, or are we just watching them right now?
The response would go, still gathering information on Gnosis. Intention is just to watch with curiosity. Suggest your attention, but do not intervene. Tips on dealing with Armitage? Over.
You would receive an immediate but hasty response that just says, busy now. Impress her. And that would be it.
So I'll go ahead and see if I can wait for that other reply to come in.
Yep. It does not come.
How is decryption going to work long term, trying to break the enigma?
feel like at some point you should be required to have an ugly cry in the bathroom.
Please.
Otherwise, you'll never get
Probably.
it.
What?
That'll be the eureka moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying probably to the mandatory bathroom cry. You're going to have to build a machine. This is not anything you can just do with your mind and pen and paper. You would have to build a device to constantly compute possible answers until one just so happens to turn up to crack it. Or if you get the cipher, you could possibly get the key to it.
It's basically end-to-end encryption.
Yep. With a constantly changing cipher,
Excellent.
which is how it is effective. And even getting pieces from different conversations, it's constantly shifting.
That's
Yes.
super cool.
Well, as I'm
I
speaking,
learned from the Protectors.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is the doctor close enough where we just hear his Pip-Boy going off with random bits and bobs?
Probably.
He's just like
Yeah.
writing
Can
stuff
I'll
down. He's
start
like,
recording him. I'm just gonna start recording on my thing and just record him, like just be like, Doc's recording something.
You okay over there, Doc?
What are you recording on?
My Pit Boy.
Do you have a holotape?
isn't it?
They work like cassette players.
Oh, I thought we
So
had those.
Well,
it's like a permanent holotape.
I
you
guess
know
I
the
didn't have those.
pitfall
I can't
that she
use my
has?
holotape.
So
Oh.
essentially you need to put like it. They work a
Oh,
lot like
some-
cassettes
Worth it
into
for-
the actual.
Okay, then I'll keep my
Um,
eyes for one.
I will allow you to have one, but it probably has something on it, like a cassette. So you might be recording over, I don't know,
I start playing the
Dean
cassette.
Martin or something.
No.
Dino!
That's a good place to get coffee.
We're losing a piece of history.
I've had a scientific breakthrough. I have the cure for ghoulism and cancer and everything related to radiation. Record.
But I recorded Leave It to Beaver over it.
Oh my gosh.
Leave it to Beaver.
I couldn't find anything else and I just had this one, so.
All right, yeah, but all of you would just hear him turning into a Morse code station, I guess. Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but only Jules and Jerry have a Pip-Boy 3000. The rest of you have a 2000, which is a slightly older model. Not capable of much processing. Did I say 1000? Interesting. Okay,
You
yeah, that works.
downgraded us.
I
He was giving
took
us a
good
free-
note.
He was giving us a free upgrade. Upgrades, people, upgrades.
I just confused very briefly the Mark 1000 with the first prototype one, which sucks. It doesn't even have like a shell on the outside. It's just cables running everywhere. So I was just
Oh,
like,
that's a
yeah,
cool
you
aesthetic.
can't
Not
have that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the aesthetic of exposed cables.
It's good aesthetic. Maybe not the good functionality, though.
When she's done,
Especially in a
can
world where people come at you with pool cues, fire axes, and other sharp implements that can
Well,
just...
I mean, there have been weapons that, like, a big part of it is that you can tangle up other people's weapons and make them
Well, like a net.
not usable. Well, yeah, but I'm also thinking of there's specific, like, blades that are intended for that, too.
Sure.
So, like, having that on your arm, it's like, oh no, it could get tangled in. Psych, you don't have a pool cue anymore.
And you don't have a Pip-Boy.
No, you'd still have
I
it, just have a
unplugged my
pool
power
cue
supply.
sticking out of it.
So while I'm waiting for that second message, I would like to just say to Pip. So you heard the discussion earlier,
which one?
the one about Xanadu or Indianapolis.
I sure did.
What choice would you have made?
Well, I mean, the mission that you all signed on for is tracking down Courtlant.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, on the other hand, I don't really have a estranged brother. I don't know what their relationship status is. But
Complicated.
I don't know. Well, I guess I don't really have family as far as I know. And
No, I'm your family. To one way of thinking.
that changes things. I mean, I guess it depends on if you were in danger or not. If you said, Pip, I'm leaving. I'm going to this place.
It would be a little bit redundant considering what you could do.
True. But if I was, a person, I would probably trust you with going there and But if you were like, I'm going to this dangerous place, sure, I might want to drop everything and just make sure you're okay.
So, if it had been your decision to make for the group, what would you have done?
Well, given that it sounds that, Radamanthus isn't... Is that actually his name?
No, his name is Pete.
Okay, that's much more palatable. Pete, sounds like he's probably okay. I probably would have just stuck with the mission. I think. I'm gonna go ask Dr. Fletcher what he thinks about, their relationship, because maybe he thinks that he is under threat.
Why don't you check up on him without me around? I think he might appreciate that a little bit more. And why don't you tell him that as far as we're aware, Gnosis has not made it to Xanadu yet.
Okay,
But we're waiting on more information.
that sounds good. Double ones on that effort. Wow. Interesting.
He's powerful.
I was ready to do
Hey, Dr. Fletcher. Hey, you're recording the conversation. Just immediately. Pip's face appears on your Pip-Boy.
Oh, wait, Angry Pip.
Angry
That's a
Pip.
conversation?
Yeah. I mean, that's what she said. She said, I'm leaving to go have a
That's her-
conversation.
This is her conversation?
Too many dog photos.
Do you just listen to Morse
wants to
code stations for fun?
I'm curious, and
It's
since
largely dog
we're
photos.
trying to hide from the mob, I'm listening just to see what I can pick up, and the sounds encoded. I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, that's Jules' private conversation, and you're snooping.
Well, I'm sorry, I'll turn that off. Does she always talk to DTL in code? I thought they just operated over normal radio waves.
Roll a deception check. Speech, sorry.
It's okay.
Charisma
Three,
plus speech.
3 successes.
Very nice.
3? Okay. Well, she's not talking to DTL, she's talking to Polis.
Who?
I'm gonna let her explain that one. But they're fun people.
What do you mean by fun?
Enjoyable.
Are you talking facetiously like the mob, or?
No, they're not the mob. What? Come on.
Anyway,
Okay.
I didn't know you could.
No,
come on here
wait.
like this.
That is a private conversation.
Well,
And I see that you have on this hard drive that you have recorded it. Give me a good reason to not delete it right away.
how does he know that I recorded it?
He's on your hard drive, dude.
He rolled 4 successes total on a
How do you
2
know I
natural
am
ones.
in your Pip-Boy?
You have a locked difficulty for your Pip-Boy. You are welcome to try and take a whack at encrypting it a little bit more, but essentially the fixed default difficulty value for a Pip-Boy's firewall is 1.
Because it's a public. Well, it's a transmission on a public radio frequency that I recorded, not knowing that it was hers.
All right, but what do you intend to do with it? Just listen to it for fun tunes?
No. Well, looking at it, it's in Morse code, but obviously it doesn't seem to say anything, so I guess it's encrypted. Do you ever do crossword puzzles?
No. Well, I mean, I did a while back when I was, just bored and doing, computational training and stuff. But they're kind of too easy now.
Well, same thing. I find crossword puzzles way too easy, and so I see a
You
puzzle.
should try computing the total of pi. It's very fun.
I know, I've done that before. I only got to a couple hundred digits, but anyway. I wanted to look and see
Chump
because
change.
this is an enigma, and so I wanted to see just if I can crack the code as a puzzle.
Roll a persuasion check. Difficulty of... I'm going to say 3, and that's being nice.
3.
3? Okay.
Yeah, Jerry.
All right. I don't think you're going to crack it, but
Want to bet?
I don't have anything to bet with.
Social bet.
You're right. We'll find something. Anyway, what are you doing?
Ooh,
with my-
wait. I have information.
Information
Ooh,
that.
what kind of information?
Well, truth be told, I actually just wanted information from you, and I was like, I'm sure I've got information to bargain with, but I didn't really think that far ahead.
Yes.
On the other hand, I did calculate the next 1,000 digits of pi.
Well, that's good. I'm just wondering, are you trying to get information for Julian?
No, I'm trying to get information for me. I wanted to ask about Pete.
I'm going to make an insight check on that.
Okay, go for it.
Why shouldn't he be curious?
3 successes.
3? He is genuinely curious. He probably wouldn't jump to someone else's Pip-Boy without explicit permission, though.
Mm-hmm.
So there probably was at least some of Jules's prodding to get him to actually come here.
Look, Pip, you seem like a friendly little fellow, but look, it feels like you're just spying on me for Jules.
I'm doing this for myself. She just asked me a hypothetical about what would I do if I was in your shoes. And my answer was, well, gee, I don't know the full context of what's going on. So I wanted to ask what your relationship was with your brother. Do you think he's, like, gonna die or something?
Well, I do have concerns, but I just don't know if I can talk to you. I wish I could, but I don't know if I can talk to you without you going and just telling Julian, nothing like secret that would harm her, but just
Don't
personal
tell your
details.
mom.
But just personal details about my life.
I respect that, but that also means you should probably respect her privacy a little bit.
What are you talking about?
I guess I did say that you could solve that puzzle. Well,
I don't intend to violate her privacy at all. I'm just looking at it and seeing if I can break a puzzle.
I'm being very merciful and not making you re-roll that check. I mean, okay, it's a puzzle, and you're also not going to crack it, so...
Besides, when I hear random coded transmissions, how am I to know whether they're hers or the mob's? Or the Brotherhood of Steels?
Frankie, does the mob use, coded transmissions?
Never heard a code like that from the mob. We use code words, but not, what'd you call it? Mars code?
Yeah, that's what I call
Mars
it.
code.
I'm gonna go away from Frankie now.
Okay.
Wait, I wanted to ask Pip a couple questions.
You can ask him later. He had questions
I'll
for
jump
me.
to your Pip-Boy later. Don't worry.
All right, Pip, what did you want?
Oh, well, I was just going to say... That is fine, that you want to break that unbreakable puzzle. But I'm going to break this one.
What puzzle?
You. Just for fun,
Just for funsies.
In all seriousness, you are a person, and I'm not going to pry the truth out of you, and I can't hack you like a firewall.
Also, there's just certain details about myself and my brother that I just don't feel comfortable talking about.
Okay, fair enough. But
do-
I'd wager they're probably going to come out when you see your brother again, right? Are you just going to say, guys, don't follow me. This is a private family matter.
Well, of course they can see some, but there's also... Do you have secrets or, embarrassing stories that you don't like for other people to find out?
No.
Insight.
Yes. Go ahead and roll it, though.
Ooh.
1.
1. He definitely has some embarrassing stories, that's for sure.
Well, I'm sure Julian has embarrassing stories. And things that, they don't hurt me. But she still doesn't want me to know about them. I'm sure that, everyone else in the party does have embarrassing stories. Frankie has a lot of them. So,
You're trying to get me to ask him, aren't you?
no, I'm not. I'm just letting you know, like the bandit incidents and things like that he's just not going to want to talk about. And so,
You ever heard about burying the hatchet, Doctor? Move on, dude.
Yes, I did. He hasn't, but I did.
You're just digging it up again, just in a different verbal form.
Maybe so, but regardless, there are some secrets and things that, they're not in any harm towards the party.
Right.
They're just
You just don't trust
personal.
me yet, which is fine. We
Yes.
kind of just met.
Yes, we're building rapport.
That one's new to me. What's that mean?
Well, we're building up, friendship.
No, what is rapport?
Like bouncing off each other with talking and banter.
Rapport is bouncing.
Close enough. Anyway. Yes, I am worried about my brother's safety. Knowing that the mob is after him and knowing that he's not going to be working with them.
Well, it did sound like the mob definitely doesn't want to kill him or anything.
I know, but if my brother tells them no, do you think they'll take no for an answer?
That's a good point.
And so I just want to beat the mob to my brother. And I'm worried that taking a few days delay will give them a chance to catch up. Since
Yeah.
what's her name is clearly following him as well.
Right. Interesting. Well, because of that, Dr. Felcher, I would trust you if you said you wanted to go to Xanadu. If that was Jules, I would probably go after her. Okay.
All right, well, I will see you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye. And like a vacuum tube TV turning off, it just
I need
turns
to
off
learn
and
to
goes
code.
back to its normal.
I need to learn to code a firewall.
Frankie. Well, I guess.
Oh, we don't have to have this conversation right now.
Oh, okay, all right. That is all good.
You mentioned ruins. For my own curiosity, takes a look. What are the ruins?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll a perception check.
Okay. 1 success.
Yeah, this area looks to be mostly industrial. As you all just passed the bicycle factory, that was there. There's a bunch of factories that don't seem to have any clear definable signage on them. The building that Jules walked into is a small, 2-story, almost Victorian-looking office, I suppose. And you can just see on a sign, it just says Apshoot Association. Obviously, some of the letters faded out.
Amshoot.
Mhm.
I have my own puzzle now.
There you go. I need to build an Enigma machine to decipher Apshoot Association. Okay. Well, Jules would come back now, but she's not here. So, do you want to do that conversation with Pip right now?
Well, Frankie would rather do that with permission from Jules. He doesn't. He's just curious about how Pip works. He doesn't need to have. He doesn't
Pip
need
is
to be
his
on Frankie's
own
Pip.
Fair.
His own person.
Yep. Fair enough.
Pip has
I'm going to take that
humanity.
bit of encryption and write it down on a piece of paper and then delete it from my Pip-Boy.
Okay. Good to know. You've got
You can delete
those 20 letters
paper.
down.
It's called burning it.
Yeah. I'm just getting rid of anything that Pip can hack into.
Build a man on fire and he'll be warm for a day. Set a man on fire and you'll destroy his encryption thing.
But he will be warm for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
Maji and Tabs, you got any big plans for after this job?
Well, depending on how much I saved up, I'm trying to move out west to the Rockies. It's kind of been my end goal for the last couple of years.
Out west. You came from the west, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the west.
To the west.
Are you going out to the same place that Maji's from?
No.
I don't think you're from the Rockies. You said you were from
Well,
New Mexico?
The southern part. You couldn't go where I'm from. They don't.
Is it part of the Cobalt Desert?
visitors.
No.
I think so.
Nope. That's like North Dakota, South Dakota.
Would I know what the Cobalt Desert is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would have had to navigate through a gap in it. Do you remember that post I put in the Discord about the Cobalt Desert?
Not specifically. I know it got like blown up a little bit.
Yep. It's just the areas where our nuclear silos were and were the most targeted areas of the United States by Chinese missiles and bombs. So pretty much an entire swath of like central northern United States. So North Dakota, South Dakota, a little bit into Kansas and Nebraska.
So I'm north. No, it's north of where I would have been.
Correct.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah.
Too far south.
So yeah, no.
The Rockies are pretty much the border of it, even on the north.
You just moving out there for fun, or you got any big plans out in the west? In
I
the
mean,
Rockies?
I've always wanted to move out there. See, my favorite song is Rocky Mountain High by John Denver. I don't know if you ever heard it.
Oh, I absolutely have heard that song.
It's
before.
been my favorite since I was a little girl. So, I figured someday if I got enough caps and, kind of completed all my other adventures, then I'd move out there, live a quiet little life, me and Corncob.
That's a nice dream to have. What about you? You haven't answered my question.
I don't know what I'm doing after this.
You ever thought about being in a band?
No.
Ever thought about being in the United States Army?
No.
Well, what are you good at? What do you like to do? If you could do one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? You don't have to worry about survival, food, water.
I'm not good at picking favorites.
Well, then what are 3 of them? Or 4?
I'd like to get in one of those train engines.
Get
You
inside the train?
you just want to get
Yeah.
into a train engine.
Yeah, I want to see how it works.
Oh, I see. You like taking things apart then?
Putting them together more.
Well, that means that in a few minutes, you might be able to fulfill your lifelong dream, apparently. How does that feel? Jules, you would return at this moment.
I think good. Do they let people in the engine room?
They might if you ask nicely. We could try and get you inside.
Let us do the talking, though.
Okay.
I think Margie wants to us to get inside. She can do that herself.
I am not good at getting people on my side.
Have you tried saying please?
Yes.
I walk over to like the side of Margie, and I just stand there.
Well, why don't you try it first yourself? And if there's problems, then they can step in.
You could also bribe the engineer.
I don't have
I wouldn't
that
condone
much
that.
money.
Is the train almost here?
It is, in fact, rolling up. But it's also a train. So you've got like 5 minutes before it's actually stopped. But you can see it on the horizon.
Speak of the devil.
That's not the devil.
It is for some.
For who? Who would say that's the devil? The train is coming closer.
Doc, that's a train.
I've heard about schizophrenia.
All right, but you would see a somewhat rusty but still elegantly streamlined locomotive approaching you all with only about 6 cars behind it. Not a terribly long train. But it approaches the station slowly, eventually comes to a halt. There is no smoke coming up. Wait.
Does
Steam?
it
Steam,
have the
probably.
steeple but no smoke
Steam.
comes out?
It would probably have steam if it's using water as a coolant.
Nice.
Then yes, there would be steam. But very, very white, not blacky smoke.
Excellent.
It is pure steam. Irradiated?
No.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
cooling water and the steam from that does not.
Oh,
get
right.
rid of
It's
it.
just
It's like in
hot,
a
yeah.
nuclear power plant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
yep.
totally like pure fine. It has good rain coming from it.
There you go.
We love nuclear power plants.
Yeah, this campaign is sponsored by
Nuclear
the
power
American
plants.
Atomic Energy Commission.
Can they please?
I wrote a paper on nuclear energy for my capstone in college.
I
go.
love nuclear
Oh,
energy.
excellent.
It's my
Everybody
favorite.
loves
Sponsor us.
nuclear
Buy
energy
us a
here.
pizza.
How do we get on the train?
Yes, so as it stops, you would see the. Unfortunately, this is not as elegant as one might think. Most of the cars are, in fact, those standard freight cars with rolling side doors. You would see some of those side doors open, and just a bunch of uniformed railblazers getting out of them. Most with equipment ready to continue building this railroad north. It does appear that there is one passenger car with actual windows on it. And a few railblazers get out of that as well. Tomlinson would get out of his little booth, along with the engineers from the actual locomotive itself, and go towards the door to the actual passenger car, and just be positioned there for you all to go on. Who's going on first?
Pixis should go. Pix leads them on and goes, come on, guys. And she goes over.
Tabs is trying to wrangle corn cob. 3D corn cob exists now.
We have a marketable.
I have to
plushie.
act it out. Yes,
Only
marketable
one, it's
plushie.
priceless.
So you can make
Only
300
one.
more of those,
Oh
right?
my gosh,
We'll
no.
make
this is
another.
way
You
too-
can buy it
They give
for a
free
ton of
rides,
money.
right? You don't have to pay for tickets.
They do give free rides.
They,
Love that.
they give free rides.
Yeah,
get
but
free
we have to
rides.
give up our weapons.
Do they have?
They
the,
see it as a
Not
charity.
Do they have the like little coin belts?
Like it's
Tomlinson
Sonic?
does.
Nice.
Although there is nothing on it except for a 44 Magnum.
But these are like the little coin pouches.
Filled with 44 Magnum ammo.
Yeah,
Nice.
that would describe it well. He's wearing the conductor cap as well.
Also
or
filled with 44 Magnum ammo.
He just picks it up.
Nice. I resist the temptation to like click the coin thing, and I go inside.
Margie, they probably have to refill on water.
before you go
West.
in though,
Mhm.
first of all, you all have bikes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Just
So-
hold on.
They said there
Yeah,
might be
'cause
room for the bikes.
Thought there
Yeah.
was the-
A bunch of people got off. Sounds like there's room.
Tomlinson would just be talking to the actual, the proper engineer, not the rank engineer of this locomotive, and would eventually come to you all and just say, "Well, I have some good news for you. We do have room for the bicycles, if that's what you want."
I mean, that would be
Nice.
fantastic. Thank you.
Sounds like there's a condition coming.
I can keep it in my room if we need to.
No, you get your bicycles back. No condition.
Thank you.
All right.
Do you let people in the engine car?
Oh, unfortunately not. Well, we do. If you're interested in joining the Union of Ferroquinology, or sorry, the Church of Ferroquinology, or the Midwestern Rail Union,
Is that like a membership card that you get?
well, it's a pretty extensive process. You'd have to go over to Illinois, go through rigorous few months of training,
Train cult.
pick a specialty, possibly join the Church of Ferroquinology. It's not mandatory. And after 1 month of specialized training for locomotive training, you could indeed enter the locomotive.
Is there a free trial?
Is there a free trial?
Unfortunately not. It is indeed a nuclear reactor.
I love those.
She happens to be very good with nuclear technology. See our friend here, the robot?
Well, I can definitely possibly believe you, but I have nothing to back that up.
It's
except
her-
the
She
fact
built
that
the
you have a
robot.
gas
It's her
mask.
dream.
She built the robot.
She did not build the robot.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She fixed the robot.
She fixed the rope.
Yes, that's the same thing.
Well,
No.
robots and nuclear reactors, especially on board locomotives, are completely different.
That's why I'd like to see it.
Please, sir, it's been her dream her whole life to see a train engine. Are you gonna deny a girl her dream?
I'll tell you what.
It's a village.
marching on
Rector Finswell is on board this train. He will be giving a sermon. I'll tell him to give you a quiz at the end of it. If you pass that quiz,
So you have to join the train. with
I'll
the
tell
general?
the engineer to give you a very brief tour.
Okay.
I'm going to pat you down first, though.
Excuse me.
That is a small price to pay for seeing a nuclear reactor in a train room.
Not like you had plans while you were on the train anyway, right?
I am re-rolling that. This would be an awkward place to roll a complication.
2 months is a small price to pay to get on board a train.
All right. What do you got on your person? Do you have anything that could be possibly deadly? Think like this is going through TSA.
Other than the 2 guns,
Okay, that's normal. Just like TSA.
I think she has some Rad-X. And that's, yeah. I don't think there's anything else that would be like deadly.
Okay.
Just like a box of Rad-X.
Tomlinson would take the Rad-X and say, I'm sorry, but this is the price of admission. And he would pocket it.
Oh. Okay.
There are no chems allowed on board our locomotive.
Not even strictly medical ones?
Well,
It is a nuclear reactor. I thought you might have
Like
some
a stim pack?
Rad-X. That.
the reason we do not allow chems, including medical ones, is the fact that we have had a lot of people smuggling them. These rails are intended to bring people together purely, and also are to be managed by the charity organization of the Church of Ferroquinology solely. Chems should be distributed by the church and not by Delroy Trade Lines, for example.
I'm not with Delroy Trade Lines. I'm a freelancer, an intern.
Tabs turns the hat.
That turned in a direction I was not expecting. We actually don't allow chems on board. If anyone's selling chems, it's us. Okay.
Hey, that distribution, not selling.
Having
It's a
chems
different
for personal use is different than dealing. I don't think that you'll find that any of us have enough chems to actually sell to others.
Oh, I'm sure. It's just we have to be consistent about these rules.
So why isn't this like the gun rules then? You say you can have 2 weapons.
Right?
So can't we have a couple of stim packs?
Tabs is rummaging around her backpack. Dang, nabbit!
I will be
I think I
honest.
dropped one of my stim packs.
Part of it is that we are giving you all a service for free. And one of the things that we need most as a wide, expansive organization across the Midwest is chems. It's what we need the most of. So we do not prey upon people that don't have such chems like that.
But it's
we
a
also
payment.
really need them. What's that?
So it's a payment then.
A form of it. And it's a payment we don't demand on people that don't have it.
Look, how long is the train ride?
Oh, only about 3 hours.
Suppose I manufactured you. How many stim packs could I manufacture in 3 hours?
Do you have a traveling chemistry set with? You're gonna need something a lot more advanced for
Dude's
to
just
actually
pulling
craft
it out of the
chems. You're gonna need think of like a chemistry station from Fallout 4 or New Vegas.
Would there theoretically be one on the train?
No.
We need chems, but we're not gonna make them.
They should have the chem lab train. Just like a car in the back of every train that's just a chem lab.
This would be something that you could probably find in settlements, but not
I
in
see.
mobile things like a train. Maybe the Goliath, which is their foremost train. But
Someone's like making chems and like, and this part's really deadly.
Rolling meth lab
yeah.
to an air.
Okay.
Looks like we
No
might have
sudden
a little
vibrations.
fun. And the
Train
person's
go.
head is burned off.
Oh, I need a new assistant every week.
Join the church.
Look, I am a doctor. I treat a lot of people. I've been treating a lot of people out here for free. And I have a lot of my own personal meds here that I use for that purpose. I'll hand over half of my stim packs. But
If you don't want the service, you don't have to take it. You have bicycles.
I wish I could pull.
Roll a speech check. Difficulty of 5. This is this guy's one job. He enforces
Come
the rules.
on, Jerry.
What's the difficulty?
Oh, it
5. This is his one job.
Oh no,
Alright.
you don't
All
have
right,
to.
has
I
anyone
am
helped
going.
him?
I'm gonna buy an action points.
Okay. Thank you.
As you should.
That means I get to use that later.
Worth
Yep.
it.
I'm gonna use it now. No.
It's called DM's denial.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
5. This is his one job.
I'm at. I only got 3.
Still good.
If you don't want to follow the rules, then don't get on board.
This is going to save us the time. You were pretty insistent about that earlier.
I was pretty insistent, and we're not saving any time. Fine.
All right.
He's going to hand them his stim packs. He's going to take the ones off of his dog. Then he's going to pull a little vial out, and he's going to pour it into the snow.
What was that? Is that poison?
No.
Also,
Do we need to be afraid? Is that a...
No, he just poured it out. I think. It's
I know,
fine.
but if it was like a nerve agent or something, we would all be dead.
Then we would be dead. We would all be dead.
Within 24 hours.
Why would I
Then
do
we
that
would
to
all be
myself?
dead within 24 hours.
I don't...
Do you
Yes,
drive
less
the
to
train?
lose.
I don't.
No.
I think it's fine.
Dr. Fletcher has
I
already
think
made
it's
it
fine.
clear that he doesn't like the distribution of recreational camps. I'm sure that's what that was.
Very well. I just hope that you're not transporting any other hazardous substances. And he's going to pat you down.
After that, that's kind of fair.
Okay. That is just 2 successes.
Would he find
I-
the thing you know that
I don't think so with just 2. You're good. But any other things on your normal possession, he would find.
So he would find.
Tabs has one stim pack in her bag. Are they gonna like check her bag? Okay. She also realized that she dropped the other one in the warehouse. I rolled the difficulty last time.
Oh,
And it fell
that's
in her
right.
bag. So I
Yeah.
only have one, so.
I guess I'll hand over my 2.
Addictol, antibiotics, stim packs, diluted stim pack.
I pat you on the shoulder and say, I'll help you buy some. Don't worry about it.
I manufactured those.
I'll help you manufacture them. I mean, I'll probably need some, so it would be advantageous.
I'll look at getting us some more company-paid travel requisitions. I think all of this coming out of your pay is probably unfair.
That makes me feel nice. I like making an organization pay for stuff.
I mean, if
Honestly,
we're
we-
using them in the course of the company's investigation.
Honestly, we should definitely have taken the ransom money and used that because they had it. We could have just taken it and then used it.
No, I don't think that would have been right.
That would have been stealing from a company.
Nothing more American.
It's competition, free enterprise.
Lady, you do not know.
It's the
What America
interaction of
is.
free enterprise.
I think
I'm going to have to educate you on that later.
Isn't corporate warfare like part of the American dream or something?
Oh, corporate warfare.
Yeah.
But when the little guy fights the corporations, that's not American. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait
He
a
would not say
minute.
that.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
Right.
Stealing's not allowed. Lobbying the government to change the laws in your favor against the little guy. That's
American.
allowed.
Okay, no, he would not say that. He does have an actual consistent American ideal, and it is not that comically wrong. It is comically wrong, though.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and give up my 2 stim packs.
Okay. Tomlinson would say, "Thank you all for your cooperation. I know that this might not be something that you're happy about, but you all should know that these chems are going to be used for good things. We don't distribute chems and sell them to junkies, and in fact, most of the recreational ones we break down for future processing for other chems, more productive ones. In fact, these stim packs are all going to be going to medical clinics, most likely. or frontline soldiers.
Yes, so you can spread your little cults all across the Midwest. Have fun.
Can I do a charisma to like overwhelm?
You
him?
reacted quick enough, yes.
Can I do a counter? Can I contest that?
Now,
with
Doc,
my
they're doing
charisma?
good
he should
work
have
for
to-
good people.
Because I
just
want to
like
speak
you.
loudly.
Yes, please do that.
He should have to subtract his
Um,
speech.
Endurance plus speech. This is booming loud.
Okay,
This
I
is
got
literally
one
just
success
loudness check.
and a complication.
Well, I could re-roll one of those, but do I want to use Black Widow on him? And I really don't. So I'm gonna say.
I can
So on
just I can
principle.
just use Lady
wait,
Killer
On
on
wait,
you.
principle, I can't use
That's
Black Widow
true.
on you because
That-
I
you
don't
You gotta
find
room
you
you
hot.
two.
Alright,
You're using the flirting
Let's
perks
just
against
assume
each
that
other.
because of that, either one would work. Let's see. So actually,
Whoever wins is like, or
this
whoever loses is
talk-
like, wow, that person's hot. Why did I
Yeah,
just
so
think
it
that?
I will say
It
this
would
is
be
charisma. Is charisma for you. I'm so sorry that I imposed endurance on you.
It's the pairing
You're-
none of us
you
were
literally
expecting.
just need to be louder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas she's trying to distract.
It sadly would not be enough.
I didn't actually. I counted wrong. I don't have a success. I just have a complication.
Oh,
Nice.
no.
Just a complication?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't get any successes.
Okay. Wow.
I think we're all going to just shut our mouths and go on the train.
Very well. I hope you enjoy.
I grab
Enjoy the
Margie and
ride.
I go on the train.
Okay, and they would take your bikes and put them in the cargo. Or
Is it
freight
all right
car.
if my falcon rides with me?
Oh, absolutely. Of course.
She puts a a little blindfold thing over because I think that's what they
You don't have any chems on you, do you?
Oh wait, sorry.
It like tucks something deeper under its wing.
Enjoy the ride. Stay safe.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Barnes cannot sit on my lap. I'm sorry. Too hot.
I do not have any chems on me. Welcome aboard. And Sergeant Corporal goes aboard as well. Are you all going aboard the train?
Yes.
Well, Frankie's gonna hand over his 2 diluted stim packs first.
Okay.
And his only dose of Calmex.
Oh no.
He's gonna have a panic attack.
No
It's
more
not
chill
even
pill.
effective because I'm a ghoul. It's
Oh, so
Aw.
one's not enough for anything.
Welcome
You're like,
aboard.
I need to be calmer. That didn't help.
But those the good use.
That would be the plan.
Do you also have to take double stim packs?
No, medical works normally.
That's nice.
Because I was gonna say I have 2 diluted
That
stim
works.
packs. It's equivalent to 1 diluted stim pack.
Dr. Fletcher, I would say when we sit down. I don't have much for you right now, but I did want you to know, as far as I'm aware, your brother hasn't made it to Xanadu yet.
All right.
And Xanadu is led by a woman named Armitage.
And does the mob have a presence in Xanadu?
It does.
All right.
But I'm sure your brother knew that when he decided to go there.
Agility plus stealth check.
I just wanted you to know a little bit more.
Thank you.
2 successes from Tomlinson.
I'm gonna use my luck points. That's reroll on that one die, correct?
Per luck.
Yeah, per luck point. Yep.
Are you trying to hide a different chem?
It's not illegal.
We're so sketchy. All of us.
Not me.
What numbers?
I didn't have any.
All I have is
7 and 12.
All right. You just barely get away with that. And none of you all are aware of this.
No, I know,
we
I know.
not?
But
Yep.
you've been sketchy tonight. You've been sketchy tonight.
It won't
You
be
guys are like the
sketchy.
problem children of this
Won't be
party.
sketchy.
No, I'm not. He is.
No, both of you.
Sketchy.
You're actually the problem child, and he's also here.
Oh wait, would Frankie know the name? That Armitage.
That's a good question. Yeah, roll a perception plus speech, or intelligence plus speech. This is a memory check.
Ooh.
You know what? No. The name sounds familiar, but the last time you heard it, it was a man.
So it's probably a title.
Oh.
Or just the same code name.
I apologize. I probably should have sent you this in advance. Xanadu has been around for a while, and you would be aware of what it is. It is kind of as Tomlinson described. It's an old hotel, like a hotel and resort that has been kind of converted into pretty much a town. Still a resort, an entertainment center, I guess is the best way to
haven
describe
for
it.
crime.
Yeah,
Do they-
a little bit of that.
Do they have any roller skating?
That is,
Crime on roller skates.
dude. I have fleshed out everything that's in that hotel, and roller skating is not one of the things that they have, which is tragic. Or it's
Yeah.
tragic. They have a bowling alley though.
Roller bowling would be such a bad idea, but it'd be so
No.
funny.
We move the drugs by putting them in bowling balls and throwing them down.
There's nothing preventing you from roller skating in the hotel though,
If
just
you
need
could find
roller
roller
skates.
skates.
especially under the dome.
I could
That
make
would be
roller
very
Oh
skates easy.
no! The roller skate
Weird.
factory was right next
So-
to the
so-
bicycle factory.
So at
and
least
we
from what
missed
was
it.
said,
Oh.
it sounds like leadership has changed.
I could make roller skates.
Yes. Another thing that you would know, the last Armitage you knew that you heard of was referred to as King Armitage. That there's a bit of a parody of a monarchy that rules over this place. So maybe this is Queen Armitage.
I don't know why I keep thinking Lieutenant Armitage. I don't know if that's a
I'm not aware
thing or
of
if
that.
I'm
I think it's
making it
like-
up.
Royal family Game of Thrones stuff going on.
I've never watched or read Game of Thrones.
I'm meaning just that the royal family is like killing each other to.
Oh, that's
have
fair.
power.
That's fair.
That's fine.
That's pretty cool.
That's
No
just the
dragons
entire
involved,
synopsis. Of
Oh, they should add dragons.
Should be. So we make
Drones.
it
Are
to
you
our.
like
Do we make
dragons?
it to our car?
Yeah.
What's it
well,
look like?
yeah. It looks a lot kind of like if you've ever seen a passenger car in an Old West movie. It's pretty much just wooden benches where you all can kind of sit with wooden backs to them. It's almost a bit like pews.
I was about to
arranged
say
in
that.
rows.
Mhm.
They are cushioned
Church car.
at the very least. Just a little cushion on the actual seat portion and not the back. There are windows. There's no AC. You are the only people in this car, though, for now. It looks like not too many people are going from Dayton to Indianapolis. But you all are alone in this car right now. Seems that the Union is mostly transporting men eastward and not the other way around.
Is this a train where you can go car to car while it's moving?
You could try.
Well, I mean, is it designed to work that way, like with the little doors, or is it?
It is designed to work that way. That's
Okay.
correct.
Is it like
Yep.
you have to jump, or is it like easier?
Don't roll a complication.
You would have to jump.
I'm not.
Oh.
doing
It's
that.
not incredibly hard, but you
Coordinated
could
enough for
certainly
that.
try.
I rolled 2 complications.
agility's a 4.
Well, you fall between the cars and
You're
like
all
on
taking
the
bombs.
tracks. I'm so sorry.
The train starts to move, and with a blaring, repurposed air raid siren, instead of a whistle, just blares and starts moving.
Is there a way to? Is there like? Can I hide under the seats?
You're a little too old for that. It's a very small space. If you were a kid, you maybe could.
Are there like
But-
boots and things, or like how's it set up?
Boots?
Boots.
No,
pews.
it's literally just lines of benches, pretty
Mm.
much.
Pews.
It's
Would
like
to sit
pews.
next to a window.
Yeah, like church pews.
Let's hear them come preach at us next.
I'm gonna sit on the floor to basically. I'm basically doing that. I'm like, if you need me, I'm in down here. I don't want to hear preaching service. And then like you guys notice that there's something like a little off, like why she said that, and then she just sits down and just is just hiding, trying to like in a place that hopefully they won't see, basically.
No, don't preach about trains.
I'm actually very interested to see what happens.
They
What
wouldn't
Pix is not-
confiscate his doctor's tools, would they?
No.
Okay, he's throwing fists over that.
Okay.
He's not doing it well, but he's not.
He's been
Yep.
throwing fits.
No, fists.
Oh, okay.
That's the upgrade. It goes from fits
Yeah.
to
Right,
fits.
Spencer?
God.
Are we
Okay.
gonna get your train lecture?
Yeah, you are indeed.
Yes.
A few minutes after the train starts moving, you would hear a door slide outside, and then the next one, essentially coming from the direction of the front of the train,
Is there other people in the car with us? Other passengers?
No.
Just you
He
guys.
just described that.
Okay.
Yep, just you guys. The door opens, and you would see a person wearing a much more formal-looking blue uniform of the Union. Fairly old and rotund-looking guy.
Is it
With
like robes?
it is. It is as formal-looking overalls as you can imagine.
Are they striped?
He says out loud.
They are indeed. And you would see his eyes look slightly cloudy.
Blind
So I
Sierra.
heard that this is the car that needs a bit of preaching. And one of you, I believe, is interested in visiting the locomotive. Is that correct?
Yep,
Who is interested in that?
me.
Why, hello. What is your name?
Margie?
Margie. It's good to meet you. I am... Oh, shoot. What did I say his name was?
Did you say his
I
name?
did say his name. as a matter of
Rector,
fact.
rector something.
Rector.
Oh.
Rector is his title. I believe it was Finsley?
Daddy
They could
Miller?
just be rector right now. You may call me the rector.
He's not that kind of guy, though. He's not
Okay,
like,
well-
call me pastor. No.
You could just say, he goes, call me, and then, like, the train goes, and then, like, we're
Yeah,
like,
that could work.
That's pretty funny, actually.
He's just going to ignore it, I think.
Last quiz question. What was my name? Ha!
You, like, say something, goes, yes!
Yeah, that's what it was.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Wipe sweat off the outside of the mask.
Well, truth be told, I was supposed to come in here and give my standard, the most valuable cargo, the story of Casey Jones. Well, sermon, but I've given that one more times than I can imagine. And I also heard that verbal kerfuffle that took place outside. I take it that you all are not very fond of the Union, and that's understandable, but I'm just going to give you my story. And that is the fact that I was in a very, very small town. In fact, I don't even remember the name of it anymore. I was orphaned. But I was nothing until the railway came for me. And I was cared for and raised by the Union and taken care of. I hated it growing up. They were the authority figures in my life. And why am I British? I should not be. Okay.
That's
This is
going
America.
to be on the quiz. What accent did I take on just briefly? About a third of the way through the sermon. Was it A, Irish? B, Australian? Sorry.
See,
Go for it.
German.
It's good.
Oh.
It's good.
Mhm. In these very disparate times, where towns are at each other's throats constantly, putting a simple railway into a town is a way to, well, physically and metaphorically connect them, obviously. And it's something that I've seen take place in my own life, and I have seen towns that hated each other start to trade, start to share resources, and gradually become actual friends. That's the end of the sermon. What's your name?
Margie?
That is correct. Let's come to the locomotive.
Hooray for
Aw.
Train Jesus.
Someone was interested.
Rector, can I come with you?
This is the first time.
What is your name?
Frankie.
Roll a persuasion check.
Frankie. Is that really his name? It's Marion.
No.
You're right.
I feel that.
18 and a 19.
Maybe
Oh my
next
gosh.
time.
All right. Well, when you come back, I'd love to hear your story on Casey Jones.
We don't need to hear the.
I would love to.
We don't need to hear about Train Jesus anymore. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, Jesus didn't ride on a train. He rode on a donkey. Obviously.
Do you think if Jesus was
Is
around
there-
today, he'd ride on a train? Probably.
Is there a reason to antagonize?
No. He's just had a lot of meals of sour grapes, I imagine.
He gets less palatable with time.
Less palatable. Well, maybe leave it out for a while. It'll ferment and it'll be very nice. One day, maybe.
He would be more palatable drunk.
I like you. Let's go see the engine.
Give Margie a fist bump as she walks by.
Frankie was taking notes that whole time on the train story.
Okay, there you go.
Pick's just
There
like,
wasn't much
once he's
to
gone,
it
Pick's
either.
just like gets up, stares daggers at both of you, climbs over the scene, just like lays down to like take a nap on the way. She's still like listening.
All right, I'm going to need you to roll an agility athletics check. You are going in between cars.
Here we go.
You got this, Margie.
If this old man can, I can too.
Where did that one?
Difficulty
It's
of
right
one.
back in the corner.
I'm gonna try to.
There is
Do you want me to get
no
it for you?
walkway in between the different
Okay.
cars, but it's also like a foot of a gap. It should not be too hard.
I mean, okay.
Nothing? Okay. Roll a d4 for me, please, if you got one. I will happily roll a d4.
I don't
no,
have
no,
one.
it's okay. I got one. Somewhere around
D4,
here.
what's that?
All of my dice are here. Where is
I
the
don't have anything
d4?
athletics in my
Where's
agility
the
is
weather
5.
die? It's windy.
So sorry.
Okay. Okay. First two cars that you're going through, you're like, oh, it's just a foot. It's fine. Hop. Pretty easy. But on the third car, as you feel used to it, as you feel like you have a handle of it, you take a step, and the balls of your feet actually, or the ball of your, let's say left foot, actually lands on the next platform. But as you lower your heel, it just lowers onto something that is not a platform. In fact, it is nothing. And you slowly start to, well, no, rapidly are about to fall off. When you just see the rector just put an arm on you. No.
This guy.
I'm not going back to the car after this, so... Oh, wait. No. Yes, I am. The most precious cargo story of Casey Jones.
Why'd you have to bring him back?
All right. And eventually you all would get to the locomotive. He would tap a little dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, shaving a haircut. And the engineer would respond, 2 bits, and open the door. And you would see a person wearing a hazmat suit. Rector, what do you want? Did the person pass the quiz? I can't believe it. She passed all 20 of the questions. What? I don't even know what year Casey Jones was born. I'm supposed to know that, but I don't. Well, she knew all of it. She should probably join the Union. What? She's here to view the actual reactor. It's not leaking, is it? Not anymore.
Oh gosh.
Heck yeah.
Oh no.
I had my Radix taken away right before this. Can I go in the train, like the actual like engine room? I have Radix. No, you don't.
They need to sacrifice
Oh.
people to their like train core god.
Whoop.
That's what all this has been about.
You passed all 20 questions. You're worthy. Whoop. You
All right.
evaporate into steam.
It's surprisingly a pretty compact space. The reactor itself looks to be kind of a radial design with 3 fusion cores in it.
I sneakily yoink a fusion core. I do not.
Train just breaks automatically. No. You don't take any radiation damage. That's nice. Neither does the rector. But you would see the reactor kind of at the center of this area, and then behind it is a small panel that controls the entire train. So instead of, just a lot of levers, it's all pretty much electronic. So mostly just buttons for go faster or brake, and not like giant levers that you can dramatically pull to stop the train.
Oh. Fair enough.
Yep. They do have some actual steam locomotives that they use every once in a while that are a lot more like that. So, I'm tempted to just call you kid, but I don't know how old you are under the mask. You got any questions for me?
How does it work?
Well, first you take plutonium-238, and I'm not a physicist. He would give a pretty basic description of just how fusion batteries work, and how it actually powers the train. You now have a train focus of 2.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to add that.
Jules, do you check your Pip-Boy pretty regularly?
Checking in what way?
Checking the station?
Sure.
I mean, would the answer be no?
Well, I mean, in this case particularly, we're sitting in a car alone, so I'd probably turn on some classical music or something, flip through some
Right.
stations.
Yeah.
So in this particular case, I think it's likely. I wouldn't do it to the degree that Heisel did in the last campaign.
Right, yeah.
But every once in a while, sure.
Yeah. While going past the Polis station, you would hear just the constant boo doo 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 doo. That indicates that you have a message to receive.
All right, I mean, interesting timing, but... And I'll go ahead and click on the ready to receive.
Yep. Those of you around would not actually hear any Morse code being received on her Pip-Boy. In fact, it just looks like she's playing with a Pip-Boy.
Beep, boop.
Can I peek over her shoulder?
I'm sitting next to the window in a row of my own, Doc.
Is there a window in here?
There are
Yeah,
windows.
yeah, this is the
Windows
one
on
that
the
has
entire
windows.
side.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry about that. It's not a dark chapel with a bunch of pews in it.
It's
there are-
stained glass windows on the side
So
of this
if you
train
wanted
car.
to go
Already
scooch
off.
over
That
next
would
to
be
me, I
really
might
cool.
notice.
It's like
Okay.
Actually, they
Wait,
did
it's-
have those.
It's all
I have seen that.
yeah. It's all like green because they like take it and like put it in the thing and like irradiate it and then like they cover it with a different.
It's uranium glass.
No, my word.
No, anyway, so yeah, it's glass and we can see.
You know, if the fusion cores give out, we can just shove this glass from the passenger car straight in there.
You would receive a message from Phaethon, and it would say, spotted someone matching that description in the burbs. Hostage to some of the elves trying to get back to the North Pole. He's probably there now. Repeat. This is not a joke. Elves are an up-and-coming gang from a settlement called the North Pole, formerly Santa Claus, Indiana.
Oh, that's right. There is a town called Santa Claus, Indiana.
They could have just been elves. Why they chose this fate though? I mean, it was Santa Claus, so they had to go that way. That's pretty fun though.
I would allow you to have a map of the United States on your Pip-Boy. Santa Claus, Indiana, is in southeast Indiana, so not Indianapolis. About now, it has probably been an hour and a half into your journey, which I don't really care to describe too much because it's Indiana. No offense to Indiana, great state, love the Hoosier people. It's flat, at least in this portion of Indiana.
Pix is offended.
So
I
Santa
wanna-
Claus, Indiana, proximity to Xanadu versus proximity to Indianapolis.
It's probably like a 20-minute bike ride to Xanadu. It's very close.
And-
Okay, it's an hour bike ride.
You said that the train track branched off at one point, so we would be going the same direction for a while, and then we would start heading towards Indy, correct?
It's just going to. By now, you are on the track. That's you're past the branch.
Okay. I would send back. That's further off course than I expected. Have time to give us a ride? Out.
Yeah, he would respond immediately. Maybe. Motor Alley, Indianapolis. Out.
And we're going to be getting there in an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Estimated arrival 2 to 3 hours. See you soon.
You get an immediate reply. Hephaestus, I said out. You're not supposed to reply to that. Over and out. Wait. Just out. That's it. You're not supposed to say over and out. That's stupid. People only do that in TV and movies. Over means you're ready to receive a response.
This is all still Faith on. He's just
Yeah,
going on
this
this.
is- You know what? Yes.
People
This
only
is
do
Faith
that in
on.
movies.
Faith on is like, over signifies that you are ready to receive a response from someone. Out means you are leaving the radio and are not preparing to receive a response.
But
Out.
you did receive the response over.
Yes, out.
I'm really excited to meet this guy. That's very like, actually.
I'd
But
be
in a
laughing
fun
at my
way.
Pip Boy a little bit. So I have some bad news.
What?
Updated information about Cortland. He's been captured again.
Again.
Again?
I can't.
By the
What kind of
this time?
communist took him this time?
A new raider gang called Elves.
Elves. Like the
Actually-
cookie-making ones?
It's actually pretty cool. Wait, what?
There's a settlement that used to be Santa Claus, Indiana. It's called the North Pole now. I guess they were going for some kind of a theme.
What with elves?
And Santa Claus, Indiana is actually quite a bit closer to Xanadu.
Well, let's hope they're not into cookies, because we can't make those.
If
You-
beer was a challenge, clearly baking would be too much for us. The upside is I may have found us a ride.
From whom?
A connection of mine.
Care to be a bit more specific about that?
Someone in the I'm trying to
pit
remember
crew.
someone in the pit crew in Indianapolis.
All right.
Wait. Those are raiders, right?
Well, not exclusively. They're more mercenaries. They do
All right.
contract work mostly, not like the Doppel soldiers where they wanted to. They actually do more contract work.
All right. I suppose that's trustworthy. Just hope that they can get us there fast.
Well, that's the intention.
Well, good.
It should save us significant time from the train if we can get them to give us a ride.
How big is this group of elves? Are we talking about 100 or 10?
I'm unsure. We'll ask him when we get there.
All right. Another delay.
Well, we're going to make up time.
At about this time, the front door of the car would open and the rector would come in. All right, since you asked, the story of Casey Jones. Are you familiar with Casey Jones at all?
I heard the name from what was the title of Tomlinson?
Engineer.
Engineer Tomlinson. Frankie's taking notes on the back of a piece of sheet music.
It's just like slides down.
Yep, he's blind. He doesn't see.
Awesome.
He's blind. He doesn't see.
Casey Jones is someone that we believe followed God's will. He is someone who was described by his peers as punctual, maintaining his stopwatch and making every single deadline, meeting all the timetables of his train that he was an engineer of. This was, I believe, in the early 20th century in the American South, I think in Arkansas.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you,
Oh,
you
no,
said
please.
God. Is this the Hebrew God?
This is God, the creator.
The
train-
God,
the
the
train
God of the
God.
Bible.
The train guy.
Which God are we? There's lots of. I think there's lots of gods.
The one God.
The one. Okay.
Yes.
So he got a son named Jesus, right?
Yes.
Okay. It is that God.
Yes, it is the God of the Bible. What is God's most important commandment?
Well,
Frankie doesn't
Anyone?
really know his Bible.
Punctuality.
Love others.
No.
Love others as you have loved God.
Yes.
My granddad
Well-
used to sometimes read the Bible at dinner.
Close enough. But the love for others is indeed supreme. That we do need to love others, and we do need to take care of them. Now, what did Adam do? The first man created.
He built a train station.
I think he screwed everything up.
He ate apples.
He did. That's right. He stopped building the road.
He was late.
The commandment that God gave Adam was to go forth, multiply, and build roads.
Pix like starts to come up and her face is like turning like red.
Okay, he is blind. He does not see.
Yes.
I love when people just like take something and you're like, you know this? Here's a logical leap that's immense.
Frank is taking
Unfortunately,
notes.
I have met some
She's
Christians.
never read Genesis.
I'm not sure that actually matches the manuscript, but all right.
It doesn't mind. Do you want to see it?
No.
Not particularly.
Anyways, the sermon was supposed to be about Casey Jones, which, if you have any questions, that's fine. But the point about Casey Jones is not that he was punctual, but it's that he cared about the most precious cargo. People. His train was full of people, traveling from one town to the next. Maybe they were moving for a more prosperous location. Maybe they were trading. Maybe they were just traveling for leisure. He was so dedicated at meeting his timeline, he was accelerating his locomotive to 75 miles an hour. It wasn't until he was about 2 miles from the station in Arkansas that he realized that there were still other locomotives there. And so, he did everything he could to stop the train. He disconnected the passengers, he held the brake on, and he continuously pulled the train's whistle to alert people ahead of him that he was coming, at the risk of his own life. He pulled on that whistle all the way to the station, and everyone in the up-and-coming locomotives got out. Only one person died, and that was Casey Jones. He gave his life for the most precious cargo. People, like you, riding aboard this train, for I hope good intentions. But the rail does not discriminate amongst your intentions. Wherever you want to go, the railway will take you there. And we want to prioritize you. That is why we build roads. That is why we build rails.
Because Adam wasn't punctual.
No, he ate an apple. Did you read the book?
According to him, he didn't build the road because he was late.
Well, he started building the road, but then he ate the apple.
And then he stopped.
Distracted
Yeah.
by extravagance. He abandoned his mission.
I really feel like there's a lot of extra biblical material in what all of you are saying.
Well, that was a cool story.
Cool
You
story,
really said
bro.
cool story, bro.
I gotta say, Rector, I really relate to your story about how you joined the Union in the Church of Ferrochronology.
What's fair ecology?
The Church of Ferrochronology is the church that is dedicated to preserving the rail and the locomotive itself. Ferro means iron. Quin means horse. A historical term for referring to locomotives is iron horse.
I would lean over and whisper to Margie. So the people in Finley were just quinologists.
Oh, like equinologist. Ah.
Precisely.
Yes, but a lot crazier.
Just because you don't like trains doesn't mean the rest of us don't.
I like trains. I just don't like these people.
Yes!
Trains.
No.
I like trains.
Wait,
I don't think you can say
how
that
do you,
on a
when you're on a
Yeah.
train, what happens? You go
That's a whole
faster.
YouTube video.
No.
I was kidding. I
Casey
like
Jones
trains.
just
The
comes
train
up
out of
behind you.
nowhere and runs people over. I have to be so
Get off the
Jones
train.
is
We're
actually
still
a
moving.
speed
Get
demon.
off the train.
This turns into a horror movie really fast.
Are we almost there yet?
Well, there's still 20 minutes. I still have some time for the sermon of John Henry, the steel-driving man.
Ooh, start that one.
Actually, if you don't mind, do you know anything about Indianapolis?
Yes. Well, as most places, most former large pre-war cities, it is mostly rubble and scavenger territory. I'm sorry, for some reason this old voice just tends to be British. It's just supposed to be old.
No, no.
But it does have Woolley Station, which is one of the logistical hubs of the Union. That's where we will be arriving. It is dead center in this, well, dead center of Indiana.
And how close would that be to Motor Alley?
Well, Motor Alley is It's much closer to hell than it is to Woolly Station.
We're
I'm gonna
going to
like
hell.
bike into Motor
All
Alley.
right, but if I was to ask exactly how far, like in miles, it is from Woolly Station.
Roll a persuasion check.
Get in, losers. We're biking to hell.
That is one in a complication.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
getting memed.
That's a weird complication.
There will be no more sermons. And he will leave. Success. All right.
I do.
I wanted to hear that story.
This will not be the last
I
time
can
we ride a
tell you,
train, Frankie.
It's pretty good.
You can ride it on the way back. I'm taking the bicycle.
It's a story about human hubris and stuff like
You're
that.
going to
It's
fall
pretty
off the
cool.
bicycle if you get on the bicycle.
I'd rather fall off the bicycle than get on this train again.
But I want to hear it from someone who's a part of the church.
Wait,
I don't
wait,
think
wait.
It's a church story.
Did you just say that that story is about hubris?
Yep.
Are you referring to the Casey Jones one or the John Henry one?
John Henry.
No, it's a story about true American grit.
He dies.
That's right.
Thusly,
He dies doing
abandoning
his
his
job.
family, leaving everyone there, not being able to build. Because he could have joined the other guy. The guy could have been doing it like at night. Henry could have been doing it during the day. They could have completed tons upon tons of rails. And instead, it becomes some competition about humans over machines or some sort of thing.
Yes.
Instead, someone ends up dead.
And who
Doctor.
wins? Who wins?
Talk to me about Pip.
The machine breaks down and then it's repaired.
Oh, the tongue.
America.
And I'm just gonna start trying to like talk with the doc about science
what,
to like
sure.
get out of
We
this.
work on the tongue.
Fine.
Yes, you.
Separate checks.
There's 20 minutes left in the trip.
I just want to compare notes and figure out where we both are at
Abs
right
is
now with
what
It's
our
you're
not
on
enough
this
time to work on the tongue.
No, yeah, I'm not saying I need to check for
Oh,
it.
you just want to compare notes?
This is just an awkward train ride, and I'm trying to get out of it by talking
Yeah,
shop
absolutely.
with the doc.
Is 20 minutes enough time to acclimate Barnes to having his head pat?
That's also going to be a series of 7 checks.
You may certainly try.
I would like to.
Well, can I distract him while he's like, you're doing that? And I'm like talking to him about John Henry.
You guys are like shouting about John Henry, and Margie
Yeah.
just.
Okay. So I'm actually not going to require a check for the first time. But are you trying to pat one of his eye stalks or like the central hub?
Central hub.
Okay. Hey, wait! Don't do that. That disturbs my gyroscope. You don't want me to go spiraling into the air, do you?
Where can I pat that doesn't disturb your gyroscope?
Don't pat me. You should salute me, if anything. Well, no, I'm only a sergeant. Don't salute me.
So I should pat you instead?
You should shake my hand.
Pat, pat.
Nope, that's not how you shake a hand. Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp.
Firmly grasp it. He is actually saying, because I'm not just
Okay,
making
I'm
it
gonna
up.
like shake his hand.
There you go. Firmer. I'm made out of metal, son.
Roll a strength
I
check.
know you're a girl.
I'll
just calls people
grasp
son.
him firmer, wondering. if
Firmer! Metal!
Do you have sensors that can feel pressure?
Not here. Firmer!
She's like, how do you know that?
He's just saying firmer, man. He just assumed that you're not going to give him firm handshake.
I'm gonna like give a normally firm handshake and be like, that's as firm as I can get.
Good. Shake every hand like that.
And then I can.
No. he backs up. Don't do that.
Margie, you take the left, I'll take the right. I like leap up onto like one of the seats. and
Don't
check,
attack our robot.
It's not attacking.
I run to pat him as the train's finishing its journey.
I'm gonna pat an eye stalk.
I'll try and pat him from behind.
Does
I
it
can't
work?
see it.
Your patting is behind? That's a harassment. Crispy.
From behind.
There's a thruster. He's floating in midair.
I'm
Pat
flanking.
Barnes' bottom. Crispy. That's not what you expected
Yes,
to hear
you
tonight,
can
was
both pat him. This is un-American behavior. Stop this instant.
it? Every American I know has patted some sort of animal or pet or.
I am not an animal or a pet.
Oh, wrong move.
I go over
I'm
and
a member of the
I-
United States
Don't
Army.
pet
I go over and
sergeants,
I
okay?
pat
Every member of the United States
Margie.
Army that I know likes to be patted. It's a modern thing.
Really? What other members of the United States Army do you know? Sorry, he can't look skeptical. His eyes narrow. Yeah, they.
The corporal,
The corporal. Which one?
the one for my area,
The corporal from your area. What area is that?
Cooney.
Cooney. I don't have a Cooney reference on any atlas in my.
It wouldn't
Computer.
be on an atlas.
He leans in close. His eyes narrow on you. Are you from America?
Cooney's in America.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh no. So I have added difficulty.
Correct.
Oh my god.
Oh!
A critical success.
The difficulty was 1.
Oh.
It better be. He doesn't stop you this time.
Progress.
Don't ever do that again. When I get my guns back, which I forgot to mention.
The flamer would
Would-
still be on, right? Because you'd have to
Correct.
deinstall it, and I am not doing that. I'd just be
Normally,
like, no one
on
here can.
Union trains, they would temporarily seize your weapons, just so that you can't hold up the train.
Mm-hmm.
Would you all resist against that?
No.
We can also just forget that. That'll be something we deal with next time you guys are on a train.
I thought they let us hold our sidearms.
They
No.
let you keep them. They're not going to take them forever like their chems.
They just like
But
put
you
them in
get
a
them
but
back
don't
at the
return
end
them
of
at
the
the end of the
Oh.
trip. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Correct.
Interesting.
Just like your
Okay.
bikes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a problem with train heists. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
they like the idea. Sure, you can keep your stuff. You just get it at the end. Okay.
Put it in your checked bag.
Exactly.
Jules.
Yes.
So what's the deal with Pip?
What do you mean, what's the deal?
Like, you programmed Pip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean,
why?
I adapted him. Yes.
You adapted him from where?
From a hotel.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah. Roll deception / persuasion / it's all speech.
Wait. I think it's 3. What's my charisma?
This is perception plus speech for you.
I doubt your charisma's that high.
I'm close. 2. But it's a critical.
2.
2. Critical.
What was your critical?
3.
1. Hotel.
He gets whatever you want him to believe.
Pip's from a hotel.
All right. And how long have you had Pip?
6 years.
He's 6 years old. My boy, sweetie baby.
Where was the hotel at?
It was in Chicago, on the outskirts.
What was the name of the hotel?
Sheraton.
Sheraton. Are they still in business?
No.
There was this thing called the Great War.
Pip was the only one there when I got there.
Hotel with no guests and no purpose. You see an artificial tear just go boop, 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 drip down the screen.
Well, anyway, here's the tongue. Schematics. The blueprints.
I'll start looking over those, and I'm gonna kind of mark it up with like, I'm not sure how we would do that. This we could probably adapt in a similar way to his color perception, just make it an analog with flavor, and like, we would just be having our scientific shop talk about it.
All right.
Did he tell you earlier what I asked him to tell you about the
Yes.
about Xanadu?
Yes. And also, I'm a little bit, I feel a little about sending him to, I don't know, report on us. I just, feels like he's less of a person, more of a personal tool for you.
Hey, I am a person.
Oh, and I don't disagree, but
Pip
I just-
wanted to come ask you about your brother. This isn't
just-
me trying to get information out of you.
I know, I'm just making sure that there are clear boundaries here.
I'm aware.
Oh, Jules, he's also going to try to break the encryption on the radio transmissions. He's not going to do it, though, because it's too hard encrypted.
No, he's not. And I'm still just working on the schematics.
Okay.
All right.
There's no particular reason I'm trying to hide them from you, and in fact, I shared the information with you.
Mhm.
So if this is an attempt to snoop, you don't have to.
No, this is just an attempt to break a code.
All right. Well,
Best of
have
luck.
fun with that then.
I will.
But
And also,
for the record, Pip is his own entity. He's not just doing what I ask him to.
of course,
He's
and
learning.
I mean no offense. I just want to make sure that we're clear that, because I want to be able to talk to Pip as a person. And
He is allowed to keep things in confidence from me.
all right.
That's not something that he's been programmed out of.
Can I roll insight on that?
Would we all hear that?
How private do you want this conversation to be?
I mean, this is while the whole, like, John Henry match is going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You could roll a perception check, but the difficulty would be 4 because you are trying desperately to pat Sergeant Corporal.
I'll roll it anyway.
It's worth a shot.
Nope. Go for it too, if that's okay.
Yeah,
not
go
bad.
for it. Perception plus survival.
Actually, I don't think I can do
I think
this,
I'm
but
just
that's
below 2.
fine. Like, well, 2 complications.
Not on perception checks. You're good.
Yeah.
I'd also
I
like
fall
to
on the
roll
floor.
insight on what she said about him not being,
Yeah,
or being
that
able
one.
to withhold secrets from her.
It's my D&D dice.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, just see if she's lying.
Roll a,
And I'll
roll a speech check.
Yeah, because either way, that's the same. Yeah, nothing.
1 success.
She's telling the truth.
Okay.
All right. Well, I meant no offense.
And I think you better choose your words more carefully, Doctor.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, if you don't want to cause offense, then you better choose words that don't cause offense.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't just say something rude and then be like, oh, that was a joke, or, oh, I meant no offense. It's like, hey.
And I was setting a clear boundary.
And I appreciate that boundary, and if you don't want Pip to come over to your console, that's fine.
That's fine.
But you could have just said that without insinuating that Pip was a tool.
How about this? I will knock on your Pip-Boy.
I would appreciate that, but I wasn't saying that Pip was a tool. I'm saying that
You definitely implied it.
I said that if he was just being used by you to gather information about me, well, that would make him a tool. I don't think he is, and I want to treat him like a person. That is what I was saying. And I
All right.
apologize if I did not construe that point clearly.
Because adaptive programming, Doctor. He is actively seeing and hearing the things around him, learning from the things that are around him, the people that are around him. I'm trying to teach him with the things that I do. He's not a tool.
And I agree. I didn't mean to insinuate that he was a tool.
Okay.
All I
Well,
meant
that's
was-
okay, Dr. Fletcher.
And I'm sorry.
All good. Pix. Pip would try to jump over to your Pip-Boy.
Yeah, I'll let him hop over.
Yeah, you would just
I'm-
see like a knocking
Yeah.
or a door that just goes thump thump on your screen.
That's
Her
so
face
cute.
just beams. Just she like tries to get the door open. Hi Pip, you can come in.
Hello.
Man, I was just about to say like, I would definitely want you to knock, but after you knock, you can just come in. But I just wanted to see you knock.
Okay, so you got like an open door policy. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to check in. Looked like you were a little uncomfortable with that preacher guy.
Oh,
I mean, it was pretty weird.
she like goes over and kind of like does the like, I don't know, feet up on the chair.
Mhm.
She's like sideways on like the pew and like has him like there. It's like, yeah, I'm like, I believe in like Jew God and stuff like that. And it was off, but also I don't like really talking about that after. Well, don't tell anyone this, but like my dad passed away, and I don't like talking about. I don't know. It brings up.
The afterlife.
Yeah. and kind of, yeah, stuff with that.
Yeah, I don't really think about that too often.
Yeah.
So you think that there is an afterlife?
I hope so.
I mean, I guess I hope so too, although I guess I kind of live indefinitely.
Yeah. I feel like it's a little less of a problem, but it might be good to think about. I mean, yeah. What do you think about it?
Oh boy, I don't think I'm that along with my programming and learning, and yeah, I'm just a program. I'm gonna say I don't know,
That's okay.
but I do know thousands of digits of pi.
Nice. Do you do that when you feel, I don't know.
I mean, I kind of just do it constantly. It's just fun.
Yeah. I do that with guns, I guess. And like stickers and things.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me think.
Yeah. Although I guess for me it kind of wastes computational power, but I don't know. I don't want to be acting on 100% all cylinders in every conversation.
I feel like there's something real about that. Maybe
Something
it's-
real?
Like, I feel like if you were just thinking about being useful all the time, then you wouldn't be who you want to be, I guess. Maybe that sloppiness, or not sloppiness, but like the
Humanity?
yeah,
Interesting.
is more in the, maybe it comes out a little bit in the desire to have those extra things. It's not all just in the lines.
Yeah. It's not all just processing.
Yeah.
Well, I try to offer more comfort, but I frankly don't know what I believe about metaphysics.
That's okay. I don't know. I think I just need to think about it for a little bit.
Good idea.
Yeah.
What does Can I?
You could ask.
I know. I just don't know how to phrase this particular ask.
Mhm.
What does the you said you are a practicer of Judaism?
No. We're like a strange, non-denominational. I mean, not a lot of like helpful stuff is left, so we kind of just cobbled together stuff. We have like
You're a syncretic religion.
I don't know what that means.
It means a religion of assembled things of different other beliefs. When you assemble different things and combine them.
Well,
It's like a Creole language?
no, because we're only trying to find one thing.
Right, but you're assembling pieces from other locations. Like, these people just combined American folklore with general Judeo-Christian values. He salutes. No.
X does it too and is confused why.
And maybe other religions. I don't know. It seemed kind of interesting.
It was interesting in a like mythological sense, I guess. What people draw on. I
Oh,
guess.
boy. I know so much about myths. Jules doesn't really like the American myths that much. She likes the Greek ones.
Yeah, I think I've heard a few. They're all really weird. Why do you think she? Never mind. I don't want to know why she likes the myths.
Well, I think part of it is that it's very exotic. Like, we hear about John Henry and Casey
Just-
Jones, and it's like they're very close to us, and they're part of the society that blew up the entire world.
True.
Greece did not really do that. Although they made some poor decisions, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, look at that. Looks like Indianapolis.
Nice.
All right, and we will take a brief break right there and then resume. We will see you all in, let's say 8 o'clock. Let's say 8:05, 8:10. Let's do 8:10. 8:10, final word.
Hat that's
didn't
now
lose
going to
a
become
die.
a bag.
Pip has
Okay, everyone, welcome back. So, your train stops. Okay. You approach the station first. You approach Woolly Station.
Is that Woolly with an E?
Or woolly.
Wooly. There's your spelling.
I see. Thank you.
Don't ask me to spell the name of the rector because I don't recall it.
Like a half-shaved mammoth. It is
What?
woolly. I don't know.
Oh.
That's just a normal mammoth.
Half-shaved is normal for a mammoth?
That's not what he was
Woolly is
saying.
normal.
Yeah, woolly is.
What
Woolly
happens
is
when
when
the
you
train
half-shave
stops?
it.
Okay.
1L.
So you all would
Woolly.
see on the
Halloween
horizon a fairly well-preserved pre-war
Say,
Romanesque
this is
train
weird.
station.
Romanesque.
Romanesque?
Like an arcade?
No.
Where am I going to conduct my business?
Preferably in Motor
not
Alley.
here.
They don't have an arcade in Motor Alley.
You all would see dozens of locomotives at this station, as it appears to be a pretty big hub for the Union. As the train stops, you would find that it is filled with the noises of bustling trains, stomping boots, and cargo being shifted from train to train. The air is very hectic. This doesn't look to be a settlement, though. There might be barracks for Union members, but this is just a train station, technically, and a depot and barracks. It's a base, not a place to live. It's not like the
Well,
Army
barracks are
Museum.
places to live.
That's true, but
It's not.
It's not
only
residential.
It's military, not residential.
So can we
Bingo.
ask around and see if anyone has directions for us to Motor Alley?
oh boy. Okay.
I realize that's maybe a loaded question.
Roll a charisma check. I will allow 2 people to roll it. The difficulty is going to be 5.
I should be one of the
Charisma.
people,
Why
so
don't
the
we-
difficulty
Someone on
is
this side.
6.
Why don't you
Yeah,
guys?
I don't have
Ask
high
around.
charisma.
Can I-
I do not have high charisma.
I will focus on women, and you can focus on men.
That kind of works,
Do you
actually.
say that
yeah.
in character?
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's true but not intentional. Okay, let's do it.
Why would you all be focused on the different sex?
We'll explain it later.
Maybe
it's
it's
an
just
American
an organizational method.
No, it's not. You're the worst candidates for it. You're objectively the least attractive members of this party.
Hey, that's not nice. Pix is fine.
It's
Wait,
quantifiable.
It's a 5?
Pix looks fine.
Sergeant
You are
I like
technically a
Pix's
variable.
haircut.
We're
Sergeant
not.
Corporal, you're a
Jury's
hunk
still
of
up.
metal.
What's that?
You're a hunk of metal.
That's
Shut
correct. I'm a 0.
Wait,
But
was
Pix
this
is not ugly.
Yeah, I think her haircut's nice.
Thank you.
Just look at her. She has 3 eyes. That's not normal.
Do you need your eye sensors fixed?
No.
These are stickers. Well, they're not stickers. It's paint. I got.
I'm going to go ask around.
Yes, his eye sensors are broken.
Okay, I'm gonna like be working on like checking like what are you talking about?
What's this
what
check?
was the difficulty again?
5.
What's the
Okay,
check?
so we would have to get someone to help us.
Or use an action point.
Oh, yeah.
What's the
I
check?
don't have it.
Is this perception or speech?
I'll allow speech.
Or
Charisma
perception,
plus
charisma.
speech.
Okay.
Honestly,
I
well,
have.
I rolled, but then I realized I was like, it's a 5, so I can't get this without action point. I'd rather help someone to do that. So either I can re-roll, or we can choose me and I can roll, because
What's your target? Your hit target? Mine's 15 or lower.
15 or lower. But I have the extra thing with women. I mean, men. You have the thing with women. I don't.
I'll assist because there's probably more men around.
Okay.
That's a
Uncover
sexist
these.
assumption.
Okay.
There was
So-
a woman in this train.
So that's 2
like,
successes
in
on me, and then
There are more
engineering
women.
department.
Oh,
Oh, well,
I got 2 successes.
should I
You got-
re-roll one?
How many?
I have 2 successes. I could re-roll one, see if I can get a critical.
If okay. Yeah, I would re-roll one.
Yeah.
You can-
So we'll lose 1 success, but we're not going to get a success if we don't. So
yeah.
think of books. Nope.
Still
One
one success.
success still. Okay. We
So
got
that's 4.
4.
Partial successes.
this is just the wrong place to ask for that.
Fair enough.
You're asking anybody that you can, and everyone is just giving you weird glances. A couple people say, sorry, I'm trying to think of who to address. You all would do well to not go there. And you get a bunch of warnings similar to that one, as people are just giving you very bad glances. Does anyone want to make a perception check? I'll
Yeah.
too. Roll a perception check.
I'll do one.
Yeah.
You guys
Could
have been
an
perception checking
animal
before.
help with this?
Oh,
No.
perception check. I have high
No,
that's pretty
not
good.
this one.
Not this guy.
I have high perception.
I was gonna say Taz would probably be better than Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Animals cannot help on this one.
Yeah.
It requires
Even so.
reading.
Even so, I have an 8 in
Reading.
perception. What's
I'm
perception
good
plus
at
what?
Survival.
Oh, I'm definitely watching the roll.
You're the person who
I
should be
will
doing this.
allow speech if you so desire.
I
It's
don't
kind
have
of
good speech.
geography.
I have good survival and good perception.
Okay, yeah, the survival makes the most sense.
And of course, I rolled an 18.
Dang.
Okay, 1 success.
One success?
Yeah.
I also got one
you could
success.
probably look at a map.
Okay, where can we find a map of Indianapolis?
This is an old train station. So there would just be one on the wall. And you all, I would say, I'm just going to say all of you are at this map board. Would see a map of Indianapolis, and you would see a pretty big portion of the city is dedicated to the Indianapolis Raceway. It's probably Motor Alley. Probably.
All right, good enough. Let's go.
I'm gonna real quick just use this map as an opportunity to do a little eye test for Barnes. Just can you read that line?
Yes, E. 3. Indianapolis. Go ahead and roll a repair check. Intelligence plus repair.
Oh, can I help with
Difficulty
this
of
again?
2.
Oh, no, you got it. You got it.
I got 2.
Yeah.
I got 2 without even using my repair skill.
Emoji.
Awful more.
This is
more
like your
robot.
thing.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What?
I was totally wrong.
What?
It's called Gasoline Alley.
Oh.
My bad.
Gonna
Sorry,
that makes
change
sense.
my notes.
No wonder
Well,
they did.
wait, no, this is Fallout. It's Motor Alley.
Oh, right. I see.
That's
And
right.
maybe
Things
that's
are
where
slightly
demonetized.
Do they have gasoline? Is that a big thing?
That is a big thing, and it's so big that a war happened because of it. There was no more
In
gasoline.
Fallout? Oh, there's no more gasoline.
Correct. The resource wars were fought over gasoline predominantly.
Oh, okay. So that's one of the reasons that everything was made with
Yep.
nuclear stuff. Okay.
So
Yep,
we have fixed
that's right.
barns.
Yeah.
And we are heading for the alley. Does anyone have any objections?
All right. Roll a perception check. 2 people.
I can't
Tabs and
see.
Frankie, maybe?
Animals can help on this one too.
What am I? It's perception and survival.
Bingo.
2 successes.
Yeah.
And the
there you go.
difficulty is -1 for corn cob.
That's right.
That's 1.
1. How many from Tabs?
Plus the
2?
difficulty is lowered
Plus
one.
the difficulty is lowered. So.
Okay. Corncob gives you a pretty good sense of what exactly is around.
We need to have corn cob.
It seems like
Looking
by the
for the
time you
camera.
all arrive, it is about. Let's see. There was a 3-hour ride. You
We
all
can
arrive
bike
in the
over
afternoon.
there.
Oh yeah, you can bike. It is
I thought
probably
I was
7
gonna
o'clock
make
at
up
night
noises.
right now.
We'll bike.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys will bike.
Have bikes will travel.
Corncob is keeping an eye in the sky on you.
This is what
Looking
corn cob
at you.
actually looks like.
Have a bike because I really want a bike.
I don't think Corncob can read your mind though. So
That's Pip's job.
that's. Or
Wait.
read your hard drive. That is.
Pip downloads himself onto Corncob because Corncob is a robot, and then Pip
Yeah,
can
'cause
read your
Because
mind.
birds aren't real.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Full screen.
Oh.
Not him being
Birds
fake,
work
but
for
like
the
a
communists.
Orange starts shooting the birds.
Anyway.
All right. But it seems that Indianapolis is pretty sparse as far as you can see right now. It's not far to get from Woolley Station to motor alley, but doesn't seem like any raider ambushes, feral ghoul attacks, anything like that is on this route over here.
I interpreted that as pharaoh ghoul for a minute, like
We're
pharaoh
going to
chronologist.
Oh,
And it was
I heard
like-
Pharaoh.
Oh no,
Train going. So no attacks.
it's a ghoul, but
No.
it's like a train, but it's ugly.
But
But
after a while, Corncob would fly back to your arm, Tabitha, and kind of point. Oh crap! Which beak? There's two. Oh wait, both beaks pointing towards one distinct location. Kind of triangular.
Actually, yeah. If you have two
Help.
beak,
Right.
then it's like, oh no, I know exactly the distance. Actually,
Yep.
I know direction and
make a
distance.
puppet.
It's perfect.
Yep. Fun fact: I don't know if this is the case for Corncob, but Brahmin, the only eyes that function on Brahmin are the outside eyes. So
That makes sense, actually.
yeah.
It doesn't do much good to have like I have a 360 total degree view. 180 is me, the other 180 is also me, but then the outside eyes see everything else. It's like that. You don't need the inside.
looking at myself.
Corncob points to a structure far away that looks like it would be. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the word for this. Bleachers, very, very, very tall bleachers in the distance, and would point towards. It's not glaring in the sun like an obvious sniper in a third-person shooter, but someone using binoculars or a scope, looking at you all.
Hey, y'all. You see that?
No.
The glare, like there's binoculars. Oh. Corncob see something up there.
Oh wait, none of you have a scope and or binoculars, do you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a scope
Um,
on my rifle.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that this person is using binoculars or anything, but you could just. Corncob
Something's
is pointing out that
up
there is a
there.
far off individual that's looking right at you guys.
Someone's up there.
Yeah,
looking.
and it's a high vantage point, so it just.
Something's up there.
Well, I
Is
mean,
there
if
any
they've-
place to hide?
Yours is
No.
flat.
Welcome to Indiana.
Do
if
robots
they've
have
already
like a
seen us, we
zoom?
might as well just establish we're
They
not
do.
hostile.
That's why their perception checks are actually reduced by one.
I'm gonna ask Barnes to
Are we
see what
riding
it is.
bicycles?
Yes, except for Sergeant Barnes.
Who is not on a bicycle? Because that'd be
Go ahead and
too
just like
funny.
wave at the person.
No response.
Does Barnes tell
I'm
us
trying to
anything?
Yeah, let me
extra.
take a look. Looks good enough. Looks to me like a sentry, armed, 12-gauge shotgun. Not an ideal choice for a
Long
high
range.
altitude sentry.
We've all like given back our weapons to each other.
Oh yeah. You got your guns back. Yep, those along with your bikes, obviously.
I'm meaning we had like done like a weird swap thing, so we.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
everyone-
right. Because
Yeah, because I
I
had your
gave
shotgun.
somebody that extra shotgun that I
Yeah,
found.
So now you have your
'Cause I
shotgun
wasn't
back,
sure 'cause
I have
it
my
was
guns back. I have
back
weird
in the
little
night.
pole things so I can.
Pull
when you
cue?
charge.
Mm-hmm.
Pull cue. Yeah.
If there's any game of billiards, you ready?
All right, so we don't pass that point without talking to them.
That is in fact the bleachers of the Indianapolis Speedway.
Is Lightning McQueen there?
So when we approach the sentry, we'd probably better slow down and stop.
As you guys get closer, I'm granting this with the perception check that you guys had, you would immediately start to hear the sound of driving cars, of tires on concrete or asphalt. That sounds better. than
Okay,
concrete.
something's telling me get off the road.
Is there any place that's not flat for us to go?
Yeah. Essentially, as you all are getting closer, pretty much the land around you is nothing but parking lot, or former parking lot.
Nice.
You would see a car coming on the horizon. But also with that perception check, would be able to know that it's not heading for you at ramming speed. It's just someone who is coming out towards you all in a car. That's it. It's not like going top speed straight for you guys. But you would see what looks to be just an old Chrysalis. Fallout. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
It is December. You all are on the hunt for elves, so.
True.
Oh,
Oh,
We're hunting
it's
elves.
thematic.
Okay.
Is that what he was doing for Christmas? We go to the North Pole.
Frankie's like, I must find a way to stop Christmas.
Why does he does give me Grinch vibes for some reason? I don't know.
Well, he is an unhealthy, unnatural color.
Paint himself
color.
green.
He's
Can
normal
we
color
just
for a
kinda
ghoul.
get off our bikes and wait for the car
Yeah.
to approach?
Yep. As it gets closer, you would see two people in the actual car. One in the driver's seat, obviously, and one in the passenger. Oh, wait. Sorry. It's the 1950s. They're all in the same seat. It's just one long seat. The good old days before medians between seats. Okay.
Oh, bench seats, yeah.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yep. It gets closer. Still doesn't look like any major intensive threat. And soon, its engine sputters.
Does a
Quieter
nuclear
and
engine
quieter.
sputter?
This one does apparently.
Marchie's like trying to figure out, is that healthy?
Mhm.
Healthy engine or no?
Car stops. You see both people in the car are wearing those old-timey racing helmets with goggles on them. Rolls up directly in front of you all, passenger side facing you, and the passenger just rolls down the window. So, do you guys got business here, or are you just looking for trouble?
Maybe a little bit of both.
We're not looking for any trouble at all.
Well, you've come to the wrong place. Trouble's what we do here.
We're looking for a lot of trouble then.
Now,
Trouble.
Looking
more
for-
specifically, what are you looking for?
What's easy?
What do you mean?
Never mind. We're looking for someone, part of your organization. They
All
should
right.
be expecting us to come.
Got a name?
Would I know this person's real name?
Yeah. Horace Valinsky.
Valinsky.
Wait.
What?
Wait, so this guy is going by the name of a god from antiquity, but his name is the name of a god from antiquity?
Wait.
Horace.
Did you say Horus?
Yeah, Horace.
Nice.
Horace.
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 Oh,
a
like
a
Horace.
normal name.
I thought it was Horace.
Yeah, but that's still
Horace.
like,
Variant of yeah, but that's
that's
still
still a
Horace.
variant of Horus, like
So
the-
like Horace.
Other
one.
Horn?
I don't know if it's
I always
based off
read it as
the
Horace.
Egyptian god.
we
But
are.
checking.
this is a
Greeks,
later
so
thing.
excuse
Later
you.
thing.
He's like, I'm too Egyptian. I have to have a different code name so that it's an Egyptian, not an Egyptian god. It's a Greek god,
I mean, that would make sense.
I guess, but still.
Anyway,
Really? Chief wants you. All right. Let me go get and put in a word. Stay here. And the car zooms away. Towards the speedway.
You know these people?
I know one of them.
really wanted to grab onto the back of the car and just like hold on while the bike just
kidding. It's a
Classic
Greek
fucking
American.
amazing.
All right.
Frankie, I just realized something.
Oh, what's that?
You don't have skin.
I have skin.
You do
It's
have
a
skin.
little
Greek, that's
damaged,
Roman.
but I got it.
Okay.
Greek.
Not just
Written
muscle.
in imitation
But
of
okay.
ancient Greek classics.
Sorry.
Greece.
But super mutants also have skin.
Yeah, but look at the time.
But
period.
not as
It was all
damaged?
the same thing at that time.
Is there a reason for that?
He was a poet of.
They're
No,
created
I-
differently.
I don't
The
know what
Roman
radiation
historian,
did to them or
what's
something,
his
but
name?
did something
There was
different
a
than it did to
Jew
me.
that was a
They still got
Roman
skin
historian.
Interesting.
I
He was a
Would
Roman
the
poet.
FEV actually be well
Who
known
wrote
enough for
imitation
him to
poems
comment
of Greek
on?
classics, but he wasn't
Of
Grecian.
Greek
probably
classics.
not.
Yeah, but he wasn't Grecian.
Well,
I'm
depends on
checking
your
this out.
background.
I think he was.
But
No.
super mutants are incredibly rare in the Midwest. They're there. Frankie, if you would have wanted to, you could have met one in Chicago. Or maybe a couple.
but they're not in Indiana or Ohio or Michigan. They're just not there. Very rare.
So
Yeah,
what was
so that's the answer to the question, I guess.
the Godskin?
Interesting.
All right. After a while, the Chrysalis would return, and a while away from you all, just roll down the window and say, "You're good to come in. Keep biking."
All right, thank you.
I try to like catch up to the back of their car.
All right. Roll agility. Bike focus of
Maybe pilot?
3. Oh yeah, it would be pilot. That's correct.
Cool. I guess that's nothing, but I'll take it. Anyway,
I forgot about the
10.
pilot
I have
skill.
one. I have one.
Okay.
One success.
Their car is nuclear powered.
Yeah,
Yours
I try to
is
catch
flood.
up to them while they're stopped, but
I'm just trying
They
not to
just take
fall.
off.
They were about
Same.
50,
Oh.
I don't
50 feet
think-
away from you, and they
Bikes
jet
on the
away.
farm.
Sorry about that.
We're gonna go in.
All right. So, as you all go under a giant sign that just says Motor Alley, USA on it, you all enter this, well, it would be a raceway. It's not quite a stadium in that there's not walls around the entire thing, but there's just one set of giant bleachers on one side, another on the other. Weird words. And, of course, garages underneath the actual bleachers. And as you all jet through, you would hear a garage door open to your right, and then a very distinctive cha-chunk, 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 not power armor, of someone walking towards you. He's wearing a flat cap, circular glasses, looks to be in about his 50s. He's got a goatee, and most importantly, he has the legs of a Protectron instead of actual legs.
Whoa, cyborg.
He can kick people really hard.
I can get behind that.
He's also really darn slow. So it's a little comical as he approaches you all, with a couple of people wearing similar mechanic-styled clothing. All of them are
Meet him
covered
halfway.
Yeah, let's
Grease.
just
Yeah.
3/4 of the way.
let's like go meet. Let's go meet.
And he just shout, "What's easy?
To advise others what's hard.
Know myself.
Good to see you, Phaethon.
And you too, Hephaestus.
What now?
So what can we help you all with?"
Hopefully a
You
ride.
know this fella?
"Oh yeah, we met at the annual meeting. While back.
We're not supposed to talk about that.
We met at the..."
We've met.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is that supposed to be a secret, or are you actually genuinely like, or is that just a joke? Is that... Okay, retcon that. I apologize.
We met at the annual meeting of our secretive organization
You know what?
where we
He's saying
pick out
it.
our code
He's
names.
saying it.
And she's saying what she's
Okay,
saying.
yep,
Retcon the retcon.
exactly. No more retcons.
Reconception.
So I hear you all are looking for information on the elves and that scientist guy, right?
Anything you can give us would be helpful.
Well, we definitely saw him. Bit of a, what's the word? Damsel. So we like to keep our perimeter secure around Indy here, and we like to make sure that no raider gangs are rampaging, and also we like to take anything that we can from raider gangs like them. We had a group, small convoy going out doing just a little patrol around, and spotted them. And kind of like with you all, just wanted to make contact first, give them a threat. Hey, back off. This is pit crew territory. And there was a guy who said, "Help me, my name is Dr. Erwin Cortlandt. I need help." Now, we don't take hostages. That's not what we do, unless they have a lot of money. This guy didn't strike me as the type. So we tried to, well, engage those elves. Raider gangs, they just don't have the panache that they're used to. Elves! Elves! Come on, you could have been something else.
Not
They could've
exactly
been, like,
intimidating,
cool
is it?
elves. Like they didn't have to be like Santa elves. They could have been like fae, like fae creatures,
Like the cookie ones.
like pixies. Yeah.
I was thinking Lord of the Rings.
So, why is it, do you think, that the elves would want him in the first place?
That's a good question. Fortunately, I don't have the answer to that.
What's their usual MO?
Well, that's also new. They're not normally operating in this area, and we don't really have much contact with them. We do know that they've got a veritable fortress in, well, what was Santa Claus in Holiday Land. It's an old theme park.
How
What
many
do you
of
mean
them
by
are
a
there?
fortress?
Oh, there's probably 1,000 of them. Pretty big faction. We did manage to capture one of them, though. I'm not having some good time getting answers out of him, though, but you all are welcome to try your best.
Might be good to have an outside party.
Yeah. No torture, though. As I said, we don't take hostages. He's a prisoner, but we're not going to allow any of that. Sure, why not?
Now, the other half of this, once we've finished talking with him, would you be able to give us a ride? I know you're the fastest around. It would be a lot easier than the train.
You all would hear the sound of... It's odd. Sorry, I have trouble describing what a
it's
nuclear
not
engine
you.
sounds
I
like.
just got my sock stuck on one of the, like, Velcro wraps
Oh,
around the
gotcha.
microphone cords.
Fair enough. Okay. You all would hear the sound and see an absolute blur just streak past you around this racetrack that you all are on. Just a purple blur passing you all, and just the immediate Doppler effect of an extremely fast automobile passing you. Valinsky would be like, "Where was I?" Because
Case in point,
you
we're
can't
looking
hear
to save
anything.
time.
And then in a few seconds, it would come around again. This time, much slower and slowing down. Well, you're probably going to have to take that up with her. We don't exactly do things for free around here. This automobile, an open-wheeled race car, of that kind of 1950s, somewhat cylindrical design, and that, there's just the car and then wheel, 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 wheel. Again, there's no wheel hub around it. I don't know car terms that much. If only Austin was here. He would definitely know. And he's from Indiana, so
Oh my gosh.
he
Yeah.
would. He's probably been here. Anyways.
He's been to Motor Alley and Fallout.
No, he's probably been to Gasoline Alley in Indianapolis. But, anyways. This car would stop, and immediately you would see a woman just swing out of this car like she'd done it 1,000 times.
Speed Demoness?
Most likely, given that she was just cited as a person of authority by Valinsky. But you would see a woman in, similar to her car, a matching purple jumpsuit and a racing helmet and goggles.
You gotta appreciate matching your outfit to your car. It's pretty good.
In the post-apocalypse.
I know.
She takes off her helmet and goggles. And you would see... You know how Pix and Frankie were just discussing how ghouls have skin and how Frankie has skin? This woman does not. This woman
Not all
looks
ghouls
like
have skin.
a diagram of the muscular system.
Nice.
Well, I see where the name comes from.
Like that one meme of, muscles
Yes.
make the body move.
Yeah.
Is she okay? Can I roll a medicine check?
You don't
on
need
this?
skin when you're undead.
Yes.
Perception.
If you
medicine.
deghoulified me, no, I don't have any skin, so what would happen? I don't know. I'd die
a
or
critical
something.
success.
Okay. Just that? Just a critical?
Yeah, and a complication, but
Oh,
it's a perception check.
Okay. Can I give you a complication? I know it's a
Okay.
perception check, but could you have a visceral, verbal reaction to this person?
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. So this person is a ghoul.
Oh.
Some people, they're very, very rare. They are in the games. That faced some of the immediate bombs of the Great War, had their skin stripped off while they were ghoulified. So instead of just like instead of just grape being turned into raisin, it's like they did surgery on a grape and
They
also
do.
turned it into a raisin.
They actually do like surgery on grapes for training.
There you go. They did surgery on a grape.
It's real. It's very funny. They're like doing little incisions and peeling back the little grape skin,
But yeah.
like putting it back and suturing up the little grape. It's very funny. It also helps people save lives, but
Yeah.
it's very funny.
Does
So
two
she
things.
looks like a surgery grape.
I
Established.
guess.
Surgery prune.
Cool.
She looks at you first, Dr. Fletcher.
Got a problem, smooth skin?
I choked on a raisin.
Hi, I'm Vix. Nice to meet you.
Aye.
Don't mind him.
It's a cool ride.
He's having a bad day. I hear you're the one we need to ask about a ride.
Where to?
Hopefully down to Xanadu.
It's hard to do that expression when you don't really have lips.
I mean, the lips do have one muscle that's like.
Oh,
a
okay, yeah,
ring.
that's right. Yep.
We could take the train, but I hear you're faster.
The train people are weird.
Yeah. Do you have a good argument as to why we should be giving our services?
I mean, I've got an NT organization through Valinsky. If that's helpful, and we're willing to pay.
Oh, you're in his club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Ness, it would be nice to give a favor, but
I'm not saying we're unwilling to pay.
Now you're talking.
How much do you charge for something like that?
How fast do you want to get there?
Give me a couple rates.
I can get you there in an hour for 200 caps. 200. All of you, right?
All of us. The bikes.
The bikes.
I'm not particularly attached to mine.
I'm,
He has
Little
trouble.
pink tassels are like.
He has trouble
We might
writing it.
keep them with us if that helps. Like,
Well, I mean, this is Sergeant Corporal now. We could just leave him here. I mean, Cortland needs to get back here anyways.
yeah, I'm not particularly attached to this thing. I don't.
I mean, it might make transport over to Santa Claus easier. But
Can we tie it to the roof of the car?
No. That makes it not aerodynamic. I thought you wanted to get there fast.
Listen, we can just leave them here and then get them later. We're coming back.
Hey, you said you weren't
Right.
even attached to the bike.
No, but Julian said that once we get down to Xanadu, what was it called?
Xanadu.
Xanadu.
we would ride the bikes to Santa Claus. Now we can't do that if we don't have the bikes.
Did your feet stop working?
No, but
There you
I
go.
assumed time was of the essence. You with the big ghoul brain.
Then we take the car.
Yes, how much money do you want to pay on the car?
Frankie will throw down 100 caps.
Hold on, let me check how much I have.
Did you just? Did he just? Like,
Frankie will give
Oh,
a
I
wink
bet
to
you
the
won't.
demoness. Not in a flirty way, but just like one ghoul
Frankie got
to
game.
another.
Oh, I don't have as much as I thought.
Like a respectful wink.
Right.
I'll put
okay.
down-
Respectful wink.
I'll put down 40.
I can do the other 60.
I want to get there fast.
All right, you got your things?
Were we going to talk to the prisoner first?
Yeah, we're going to give us half an hour.
All right.
And Julian,
And she
if
just
you
walks away.
If you don't mind,
Jumps back into her car.
I'd like to do the interrogation. I've got a bit of experience with scaring people.
All right.
Son, have you ever heard of enhanced interrogation techniques?
They already said no
Yes.
torture.
No, this isn't torture. We're Americans. America doesn't torture. We do enhanced interrogation techniques.
Yes, I have some enhanced interrogation techniques of my own.
I'll get the water. And he just floats
Have
away.
fun with that.
Dr. Fletcher, I'm fine with that, but
I'm not.
if there's anything, no, not that, you. But if there's anything that would represent detail poorly in the way you treat him, I might need to step in.
All right. I am planning on intimidating him, I might say some things that I'm going to do that I won't really do.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
I can talk afterwards if there's other questions or we need to get more out of him.
What are some questions we need to ask him? What information are we looking for?
I mean, I prefer we not resort to fear tactics. I think if we're just positioning ourselves as the alternative to the pit crew, that might be helpful.
Of course.
We need to know information about this new gang, about what they would want with Courtlawn in the first place, about what they'd be willing to trade him for.
Their numbers.
Their numbers we already have an estimate of, and we're not going to be able to take that. So we're going to need to find some way to deal with them. Any information that would be helpful in that would be our target for this.
All right. Let's talk to him.
Her. She's given her name. She's Willina Shoverling. Is that right?
Can you spell it for me?
Yeah. Also remind me to give you Horace Valinsky's spelling too.
Yes, actually.
It's spelled like Will, and then INA, and then SCHOVERLING. Shoverling.
All right, and what was Horace again?
Hmm?
What was Horace again? I know the first name, of course, but...
VOLINSKI.
Okay, I would have spelled it with an A, thank you. All right, so we got the name. So we're going to go meet her.
All right. Valinsky would lead you to another garage. Just slap a breaker switch that starts opening it. And as the... I guess the sun is setting. But as the remaining sunshine of the day is pouring in, you would see a single prisoner tied to a power armor rack. So essentially arms tied to like the prongs. She's
Forbidden
wearing a
power.
green outfit like an elf.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Raider gangs just
Are there shoes
Are
that
there
are going up with
bells?
bells?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Buddy the
Raider
elf,
gangs
what's your
are
favorite
built
color?
different these days.
Huh?
Buddy the elf, what's your favorite color?
She is also wearing what looks to be raider armor on top of it.
Gosh.
So
that's...
it's clothing, not an outfit.
Ah.
They don't have ballistic weave on the elf armor.
I am a bulletproof.
Is there a hat with ears?
Not on her right now.
Okay.
That implies that there could be.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Well, hello. What's your name?
I already told everyone that.
You didn't tell me.
What's your name?
My name's Jerry. What's yours?
Lena.
Well, Lena.
You
Nice to
gonna
meet
let me go, or are you just gonna ask
That depends
more
on
questions?
how. That depends on how cooperative you are.
Oh, okay.
All right. Where's Courtlawn? A scientist that the elves have captured recently.
Oh, that's actually an interesting question. I won't tell you. But I will tell you I know where he is, and I will tell you if you do something for me. Easy standards.
He's gonna reach into his bag, pull out a tourniquet. He's gonna go walk up to her. Her arm's up here, so he's gonna roll her sleeve down to her forearm like this.
Okay.
And then he's gonna wrap the tourniquet around. He's gonna pretend he's tying it tight, because most people don't know how tight a tourniquet needs to be, and because they never had one before. He's not gonna completely constrict the blood flow, but he's gonna tie it enough so that,
Are we going to be able to see that this is fake?
Well,
he
he
told
just
you
said.
before.
He just said that, so it's how you.
Technically, he
interpret it.
said, I will say things that I won't
will not
do.
Yeah.
He's now doing something he will not do.
You know what a tourniquet is?
Oh, here it
You gonna
is.
shoot me up?
Well,
Got some psycho?
no. He's gonna pull out a syringe. You know what happens when air is injected intravenously?
What is intravenously?
It means I poke this into your vein and shoot straight air into your bloodstream. Do you know
Listen.
how quickly that will reach the heart?
You're not gonna. If you kill me, you're not gonna find out where Cortland is.
That's what the tourniquet's for. Is to keep the blood and the air from going
You're
to
gonna
your
cut
heart.
off my arm?
Well, you might have to once
What
I
have
do
I
this.
done to you?
You're not telling me what I want to know.
Roll a charisma speech check.
2 successes. Actually, I'm going to re-roll this one with a luck point. Still 2.
You're just gonna stab me. That's it. You're just gonna stab me with it. Stab me.
Okay. And
Doctor.
He's going to poke her. He's not going to inject anything. He's just putting a syringe in her arm.
Okay. Are you just like not actually breaking the skin, or are you?
He's very carefully, because he's a doctor. He's
Right.
going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
inject it into a vein.
Oh wow! You stabbed me.
And he's
Okay.
going to pull on the syringe
Right,
a little
yeah,
bit
the,
to
like,
draw a
suction
little
thing.
bit to
Yep.
draw a little bit of blood into the thing.
Whoa.
If I squeeze this in,
Blood goes back in.
and about 30 milliliters of air.
No, not air.
Do you know what happens?
Are you a
when-
doctor? Guess what? People need air to live. What's the deal with this guy? Are the rest of you all just
Frankie's
around?
gonna.
I'm
Frankie's
not
gonna
here.
sidle up
I'm
next
not
to.
here.
Frankie's gonna sidle up next to the doc. You want a good cop, bad cop? This doesn't seem like she's listening to you. Doesn't seem like she's listening.
Listen,
to you.
I'm fine telling you where Cortland is.
Let me tell you a story.
Frankie.
There was a kid I knew, Lansing, where I'm from. He loved to shoot up on Psycho all the time.
Okay.
Well, one time he wasn't careful. He got a little bubble of air into his veins. Now, air is very good for you when it goes in through your lungs. This boy died in 5 minutes.
You're just gonna kill me. You keep threatening that you're gonna kill me, but then you're not gonna know where Cortland is.
I'm not going to. That's what the tourniquet is for.
Oh,
You'll
yeah,
be in
that's right.
agony for a good 30, 40 minutes, I would say, before you'd lose your arm.
Bet.
I like her.
Listen, I've laid out the conditions fine. They're not hard
Getting
conditions.
flashbacks of the middle.
You don't have to
school
torture me.
because
I'm
they
gonna
take
tell you
a
if you're
lot.
gonna just help me out. That's
I
it.
know.
I just want to go home.
No way, bro.
And I'll do that if you
Certain type
tell
of
me the
vocabulary.
information that we want to know.
I can't go home empty-handed. You need to help me.
You're not going home with any hands if you don't help me.
And you're not getting any information if you take away my hands.
Fine, he's going to start to slowly squeeze.
Okay. Is this... I actually don't know what happens when you syringe air intravenously.
He's not going to syringe the air. He's just going to syringe the blood that's in the bottom.
If you do enough,
towards
it basically stops your heart.
Oh,
Isn't it,
okay.
Isn't
wow.
that what an
Yeah,
embolism
it's-
is, right? When the
It's
air gets in
basically
your veins.
like, think of it as
Like-
like a blockage, but in a weird way because it's
So-
air.
When you have a normal pump and you don't prime it, it won't pump anything until you prime it with water. When you have a heart, which pumps blood, same thing.
Wow,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure.
Yeah.
It just like makes it where it can't pump anything.
Noted.
It's very bad for you.
All right. So you start pumping the blood back. Oh, wait.
I'm not putting the air in.
Okay. You're just doing the blood. Yep.
Ooh, Frankie, do your thing.
It's a good thing my heart needs air to live.
She's resisting this by sheer
And my
stupidity.
arm... Hey, yeah. What is blood made of? It's mostly air.
Now, Willina, what are your conditions?
I need someone to go to a department store in Indy and get a... let's call it a trophy. It's why we were up here. We weren't up here for Cortland. We just found him and he was a nice benefit.
Okay, what's this trophy look like?
Christmas decorations. It's immaculate. There's a pre-war department store that has not been opened up since the war. No one can get into it. But it's right at the display case of it. The windows. There's an entire Santa outfit.
Oh no! Oh, that's the trophy. A
Yes.
Santa outfit?
Well, I mean, if there's any other Christmas stuff too.
If we
That
get
definitely
the
helps.
if we get the thing you wanted to get, would they trade Courtlawn for it?
I would trade Cortland for it.
Do you have authority to do that?
Yes.
No.
Insight check.
I'm just gonna assume she doesn't,
She's an
Okay.
idiot.
even if I'm wrong.
She is not smart. That's true.
Yeah.
What's
Four
insight
successes.
again?
Resistant to torture.
Is it
because
perception
of the-
speech?
Correct. It is. You got 4 successes.
I got 2.
2. Anyone else want to roll this one?
No.
Okay. Yeah, she's lying. Yeah, she's lying.
Well, Lena, see, the difficulty that I'm coming on here is now that you've told us what it is that your people want so much, I don't see why we don't just go get the trophy and trade it for Courtland ourselves.
Oh, wait, I'm still in this. Yeah, we don't have Cortland.
You have Courtland.
Well, I have Cortland's location.
Where is it?
I'm not telling you until you get me the stuff.
I don't think we need you. I don't see what stops us from getting what's in that department store, going down to, you call it the North Pole,
Uh-huh.
and then trading it for Courtland ourselves. Someone else there will know where he is.
That's true.
I'm
But it's
just
also
saying.
quicker. It's so quick. You're going there anyways, if you're gonna go bring it to the North Pole. I'm going to the North Pole anyways.
So it makes it more convenient for you.
Yeah, I get to live and go home. That'd be nice.
But what I'm trying to figure out is what benefit it gives us.
I tell you where Cortland is.
We know where Courtland is.
Where is he?
He's back with the rest of your people.
He's not.
Well, then one of them will tell us where Courtland is.
They don't know.
You are
Insight
not
check.
the only one that knows where Courtland is.
I don't buy a word of this.
She keeps like coming up.
Anyone
with,
with 1 success or higher would know that this is a
So-
lie.
Okay, maybe they do. But why does that matter? Listen,
She has,
it's
like,
just quicker if you
47
do it this way.
clauses in every
No, it
sentence
isn't,
she
because we're
speaks.
going to be going down there anyway.
So you're just gonna go down there and bestow a gift and say, "Where's Cortland?"
No, we're going to trade it for Courtland.
They don't have Cortland.
Well, then they can bring him.
You know
They
what?
can't.
You know what we can do?
They don't have him anymore.
We're gonna go find your trophy, and we're gonna leave you here for a little bit. If you change your mind and you really want to go home, you give us a holler.
Listen, if you bring the stuff, I'll just tell you where Cortland is.
You said he's not with them anymore.
No,
What do you mean by that?
we don't have him anymore, but I know who does.
Insight checking.
I'm starting to see what
Her.
Phaethon meant about a damsel.
Are all raiders normally this dumb?
Hey,
you were
shut
smart.
up, Hick.
Intimidation would have worked.
She gives her like the most scathing glare.
What are you gonna do? Give my body air?
Hey.
I need that to live.
No, I'm gonna
He's
have
gonna
my
grab her by
two-headed
the
falcon
throat.
peck your eyes
Hey.
out.
Talk to her like that again. I will kill you.
And then you
I
don't
have
know
a
where
s-
Cortland is.
He's gonna pull a scalpel out. I will kill you.
Okay, that will actually kill me.
Yes. Talk to her like that again. We'll see how much blood there is in your tiny little body.
Hey, she
You
called me
elf.
stupid first.
Cause you are, you little rat. And he's gonna push her back. She's
Dr.
tough.
Fletcher, take a walk.
I'm in control, Julian.
And you're not doing a very good job of it. Now take a walk.
No.
Does this mean I can go?
No.
No.
That, on the other hand, is something we may be able to bargain with you for. We're a little short on time right now. We aren't going down to the department store for you. What we can do is negotiate for your release.
I can't go without the stuff in that department store.
Well, then you're going to have to go in the department store.
I'm only one person. The rest of my team is dead. It's supposed to be a whole team.
Then go back and get another team.
I can't come back empty-handed.
Your people won't
Do you know what
understand.
happens to elves that don't have presents? They get brained by Santa.
They get what?
Brained.
That
Julian.
means they hit your head and brains come out. Well,
Where are the presents?
in the department store.
Alright, thank you. We'll go get them ourselves.
I thought you wanted time.
I do, and we're not getting anywhere with this.
It's like
Unless you
30
want
minutes
me to
away, it's fine.
actually-
You can get your motor pals to drive you over there.
like we said, if you change your mind, you give us a holler. I think we're done here, everyone.
This is a sealed garage. Well, I mean, I guess I could talk to the pit crew.
We'll tell the pit crew not to talk to you.
No! Oh, well, I mean, that's fine if you just give me the trophies.
No, you're not getting anything. You're gonna stay here for the rest of your, however short it will be, life. Unless you decide to cooperate.
Wait.
let us know.
So your plan is to get the Santa suit and then just go to Santa yourself and deliver it?
No, we're gonna make the trade with the Santa suit.
The trade? With who?
With the elves.
But I could just tell you if you just give it to me. And it's quicker that way. That way you don't have to go to the North Pole and then to the place that they are at. Cortland is at.
Is he in Xanadu?
He is not in Xanadu.
He doesn't know where he is.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, you can.
I think it'd be really fun. He's not in Xanadu. Guys, he's in
Come on,
Xanadu.
come on. That's pretty good.
Do I get to know what it is beforehand?
Hmm?
Do I get to know the difficulty beforehand?
It's a contested. So no.
I It's not better, but it's not worse. 1 success.
Okay. 4 successes from her.
What?
She's definitely hiding something.
She doesn't know where he is. Let's go.
You cannot act like you know that she's hiding anything.
I know.
Fletcher
Okay.
raises a fair point.
What?
How do we know you know anything?
She doesn't.
I do. I was there when we gave him away.
You gave him away.
Yes. He was a present.
It's on brand.
See, I don't believe anybody would be stupid enough to want to be friends with the elves, to be willing to exchange gifts with them.
I'm gonna
Oh,
step
we
out
didn't
for a
exchange
minute.
gifts. We didn't get any. Well, it was like a getting favor kind of thing.
Oh,
I'm,
so the elves are, subservient to some other group.
We're subservient to Santa and just him, and he will kill you if you get on your bad side or his bad side.
I'm gonna step out real quick and whisper to Frankie, just make sure he doesn't do anything brutal.
The mob would have had more mercy with her.
And I'm gonna go find Phaethon while they're finishing up this conversation. I want to ask him about some things she said.
Okay.
Pix is waiting outside. She just sees you and say, "Do you need any help?"
I'm not sure we're making a lot of headway, but I've got some questions to ask them.
Okay. Do you want me to come?
Sure.
Well, my plan was to have Pix was just like, you guys go in. If we need a second try, I'm the second try. So
Okay.
That's kind of her
Gotcha.
thing. That's basically, she probably explained that to
That's
you.
solid. That's solid.
That was
All right.
basically it. Was like, in case.
All right, listen. Here's the deal. We bring back the present.
Mm-hmm.
Show you the present is here.
Yeah. You don't even have to free me. Just put
We
them
leave.
here.
We leave them here.
Yep.
You tell us where Cortland is.
Okay. Yep.
We find Cortland. If Cortland is not where you said he is, we tell the people here to shoot you in the head.
Okay, I'll take that. It's better than facing Santa presentless.
Or
Raider gang.
they'll give you back to Santa with no presents.
No.
They will deliver you to Santa. On the naughty
You're
list.
not in the pit crew. You can't speak for them. And no,
Yeah,
I'm not on the naughty list. I didn't threaten to put air in. Okay, that's a good thing. I didn't hold anyone to his scalpel. I was just doing normal elf duties. I'm
Yes.
on the nice list.
And you failed to get Santa what he requires.
Well, because there wasn't supposed to be a car
Because
game
you're a
around
loser.
here.
Looks like
You
you're on
are
the
a
naughty
loser.
list to me. Maybe we should write a letter to Santa.
We are.
We could. We could
We
say,
will
hey, we have
communicate
your
with
elf.
Santa.
She's on the naughty list.
Think Santa would put us on the nice list for delivering a naughty elf to him?
Oh,
Well,
for
don't
sure.
know, Santa.
Well, we're about to, and you seem
Serious
to be
dialogue
scared
in this
of him.
entire campaign.
So that's the deal.
Is it about time for me to tell you kids that Santa is not real?
Oh, Santa is very real,
Yeah,
Sergeant.
he is real. Shut up, you stupid robot.
All right, elf. You better give us good information.
I will tell you where Cortland is.
You better, or else you're going back to Santa.
With
Okay.
a nice little pretty bow on top.
Okay, we'll just get the presents. Okay. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Happy Hanukkah.
So I would like
What?
to.
Glad you were an atheist.
Wait a second. I thought that Pix was.
Yeah.
All right,
It's not
that
here.
was easy.
We are talking to Faithon while this is going on.
I'm taking all my
So how'd that
stuff
go?
back too.
It's not going terribly well. It's still going on.
It went
But-
very well.
This is while you guys are all finishing your
okay.
conversation.
Spencer, above,
Ooh.
above
You're like,
table,
back in there.
the elves are now one of the best that you've created.
Oh, I
Good to
hate
hear.
them.
Like,
I didn't
just the psychology of elves, but they're moved over to humans. No, a
I
raider
have to
group
bring
of elves.
presents back to Santa.
Yeah,
Or
it's
also
like you
kill
can't bring
me.
without presents. I'm like, this all makes sense. Anyway,
Santa buddy's hardcore.
They didn't start as a raider gang. There was a steady, slow devolution where a violent faction gradually took over the town of Santa Claus. It's terrible. What? Okay, all right. I'm giving you the lore because I don't think you will interact with the elves too much in the future, but maybe we'll see. The rule of this group.
could I roll like talking with the people who are at the pit crew and be like, what's with the elves? Like, what happened to them? And like learn it from them. Like a
Yeah,
little
sure.
backstory.
They would probably know some. Yeah, roll a charisma check. Difficulty of 1. So there you go to get some.
I think it is one. I'm just, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I mean, you're talking with Faith on right now with Jules, right?
Oh, yeah, Pixels.
Oh yeah, it's a real shame. Town of Santa Claus used to be pretty good. I think there might have been a vault somewhere down there where they tried to preserve the whole Christmas culture kind of thing, and they had a contest every year to see who the best Santa would be, and the contract just said he has to be the biggest, and has to have a white beard, of course. And one year, there was this raider type who fit the description, but not in the portly way. He fit it in the like bodybuilder kind of way. Extremely aggressive guy, but
He's the same
he
from
was
Rise of the
big,
Guardians.
heavier than the fat Santa.
He's Russian.
Took
I
over
love that scene.
and started out. He tried to maintain the whole Santa thing, but at that point, being Santa became less about you got to be round and jolly, and came more of just you got to kill the last Santa. So Santa's you have to kill him to become Santa, and you have to have a beard
So,
and have to be big.
who else do they interact with? What other organizations are they maybe afraid of?
Oh, they're very isolationist. They're afraid of us.
And they didn't give you Cortland.
No. They'd want to fight, I think. Fight we'd win, but we win at cost. We want to pick our battles.
So walk me through again. You saw Cortland, and then what happened?
We saw Cortland. He said, help me. My name is Dr. Erwin Cortland. Please save me. We opened fire in the elves. Essentially, before that, it was just a confrontation of, hey, this is pick your territory. Get out of here. And they're like, no. And then, Cortland
So
says,
the
hey.
remainder of them just left.
Well, there was a firefight.
Did they all die, except for the one you took captive?
No. Contingent along with Cortland escaped. On sleigh.
And why was it that they were coming onto your territory?
Well, as far as the one explained in there, they're going after some sort of presents. That's what she told us.
She told us that she gave Cortland to someone else. What I'm trying to figure out is what other factions would fit the bill. They didn't receive payment, just a favor.
I mean,
So
I guess
who are
it
they
could be
afraid
the
of?
Union, but that'd be a crazy play for them to do.
Doesn't really seem like the Union style.
Not really.
Who else operates here?
Well, the mob is southeast.
Do they ever come up as far as Indianapolis?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of times.
Is there anyone else in town we should be considering?
Here in Indy?
They traded someone.
Well, a couple minor raider gangs that we mostly put into place every Tuesday.
Probably not them.
No, they pay us.
So it's likely they give Cortland to the mob.
Of the options,
could be one of those small-time gangs in southeast or southwest. I've heard there's some in Bloomington, but I just don't know too much about them.
I don't know why they would want Courtland, and I don't know why the elves would just give Courtland to one of them if they're on an equivalent standing. This has got to be someone that they're afraid of or someone that they want a favor from.
Yeah, that checks out. Or maybe someone they owe.
And that's not likely to be another of the small raider gangs.
You said he was a meteorologist?
It's been a little nigh on unbelievable to me that so many people have wanted him, but yes.
Interesting.
So who would I talk to if I wanted to figure out if the mob has got Courtland?
Technically me.
Do you have a contact?
A couple days ago, we transported a group of shady-looking types. Lady in a trench coat, 2 bodyguards,
Zinnia.
down to Xanadu.
I see.
So we have the description of the one, like, I don't remember her name. I just, for some reason, connect her. She's with the mob and has something to do with gold. Am I right? Or am I thinking of something else?
Well, there was
What?
like the flower lady, Zinnia.
That was probably it.
She had
Zinnia.
2 bodyguards on her.
Does...
She's gained more time on us than I thought she would.
Yeah, that sounds like that's her. I would say. Yeah.
All right. Well,
She
down to
paid us
Xanadu we go.
500 caps. You didn't hear this from me.
I didn't. We know she's heading to Xanadu anyways. Just didn't know she was that quick about it.
Well, the mob has contacts, and the mob pays.
And now they have the contact we're looking for. All right. Well, I think that does help clear things up. Thank you.
Of course.
For the record, she just wants something in one of the department stores. Santa costume or something like that.
Wait, really? Which one? We know the area pretty well.
She said it was pre-war. It didn't even, it's not been broken into since.
She's probably talking about Stewart's. Lots of feral ghouls around there.
Probably why they sent an entire team. Well, I mean, I'd just tell you that because it might be a useful tool if you ever have to bargain with them.
Interesting. So I take it you all aren't going after it then?
I see no reason to if we already have a fair assumption of who's got Courtland.
Makes sense.
All right, well, we'd probably better go find our ride.
All right. Go gather your people and I'll get the van started.
So
As we're going, can I go over and talk to Jules as we're like coming back to the group? And probably when we reach the group, but like people are really interested in Courtland.
More than I would have expected, that's for sure. But then Delro isn't a fool.
That means there's something more than just an old man's wish going on here.
Well, I mean, he mentioned that Courtland had some theories about the weather. I doubt that would be of interest to all the people that have held Courtland, but
There's been at least a few people who have a bit of power that are interested.
the mob is a bit of a step up from the Doppel soldiers and the elves, if that's what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying Jerry's brother. He had some sort of wanting to make a connection. And even if it's not specifically that, it does give some credibility if he's as kind of intimidating as Jerry's letting on.
I don't think Jerry's trying to say he's intimidating, just a force of personality. I mean, if he's got his own group, his own posse, that's got to say something.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how Gnosis fits in well with this Pix.
Hmm.
I'm
Sorry.
honestly more
My
interested
brain didn't
than
work. What did you just say? Gnosis?
Radamanthus group he mentioned.
Oh. How do you take their notes?
It's on the wiki.
Nice. All right. Gnosis.
Plug for the wiki.
Yes, the wiki. If I had just had a wiki, I could have figured that out. Anyway. Shameless plug.
We'll
this
record
ever
the
happened
commercial
to you?
later.
Pix uses her memory, which is a lot like a wiki, to remember that. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Branching connections from page to page.
Have we gotten back to
Same.
the group yet?
Yes, we probably make it back to everyone else.
Finally got it.
Got what?
We made a deal.
What do?
Well, they want the Santa costume, and in exchange they'll tell us, and if we don't, we deliver her to Santa to be brained.
The mob has him.
Where'd you get that information?
Well,
Process of elimination.
probably the mob has him. It's a good guess, at least.
Is Santa
All
someone
right.
that you
Wait,
all-
wait a minute. The
Why
mob's
don't
here?
we try that? We run that by her. Judge her reaction.
I mean, that's
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The
Cause.
mob is here.
The mob is everywhere.
The mob is not
Including
quite
Xanadu.
here.
And Xanadu's where we're going to go to figure out if the mob's got court launch.
Is that where your brother's at too?
That's where we were going, but
Yes. And
and
now we've got two
did
purposes.
they beat us there?
I've been told they did.
Well, if the mob beat us there and they have court lot, I think that's the end of the mission.
Dr.
Problem
Fletcher,
solved.
I would
We
like
don't
to
need
point
go to
out
Xanadu.
that even if we had taken the train down to Xanadu, they still would have beaten us. I've got you an hour ride from here to Xanadu. We're
I know.
probably getting here faster than we would have on the train anyways.
So either my brother has left and escaped, and who knows where he's gone from there, or the mob has beaten us to him.
And either way, that means we go. So we have to figure it out, right?
I'll be
Fine,
honest.
let's go.
I'm kind of concerned to make sure that we're positive about the mob having Cortland. I mean, they didn't express interest in him back in Columbus, even though he was with the Doppel soldiers. I think we should at least run it by Walina.
I could do that or something. Or maybe if someone else who can also check. We just straight up ask her yes or no, we should be able to.
You're
I
good
can do it
at
if it's a perception.
reading people picks, aren't you?
No, I'm good at charisma. I have bad eyesight. I got a lot of pain in my eyes. That's why they're red.
Let's just go ask her.
There's other reasons, but that's.
Let me take the lead
We'll
on this
just
one.
keep. I'm talking too much. Let's just. Yeah.
Okay.
I just look at Jerry and do. Listen outside the door.
No.
All right. I go in.
Open the garage door.
Yep. I have
Oh, hey, you're back.
them both fine. I do the like. I'm in charge persona, like just
Okay.
like the like a person comes in the room and everyone's like, "Yep, they're in charge."
Yep.
Like I'm gonna do that. Walk up to her and just be like, "Yes or no? The mob has Cortland."
No.
Insight.
How many people can roll insight?
I would have just
I'll
assumed
say
it.
3
I
this
would have
time.
just assumed it, man.
I'll say I have. I have
this is
3.
cocked.
3 successes.
Yes.
Anyone higher than that?
Just one.
She's telling the truth. The mob does not have Cortland.
Good.
So that's something we don't know about.
You get me the trophies, and I'll tell you. That's the whole point.
I
And
really
only the
wanna-
trophies. Nothing else. You don't need anything else.
Nope, just a Santa costume. And okay, if there's any other like Christmas stuff, that'd be good too.
Pix, she's made it clear. Let's head back.
No. He's gonna put his cane on her foot and lean on it.
I kick the
You
can.
tell
Jiminy
us.
Christmas!
You tell us now, or you're going straight to Santa.
Dr. Fletcher.
It's like threatening preschoolers. I'm gonna tell Santa.
I'm gonna tell Santa.
I'm gonna tell
about
Spider-Man you don't eat your vegetables.
If you would like to continue working with this group, then I would advise you to leave.
Just get the stupid Santa suit.
No. Tell us, or we burn the suit. Burn the whole store.
That
and we'll
I'm on
blame
board
it
with.
on you.
I mean,
And then Santa never sees his suit, and Santa will not be happy.
he has a suit. This is just another one.
Did someone steal his suit?
No, it's just another one. Sometimes you want more than one pair of clothes.
But it has to look the same.
Well, it has to be the same style.
We're getting off the agenda here. I think that that's actually a valid threat. The
How
pit
is
crew
Santa
could-
gonna know it's been burnt down?
There'll be a
Maybe
lot of
Italian.
smoke.
And is he gonna see it 100 miles away?
We're telling him.
And telling him you did it.
You're making a big mistake. Yeah.
Well, no, Frankie doesn't know this. Never mind.
Okay.
I'll ask you in a minute.
Listen, maybe we will be in a bit of a pickle with Santa. Not as big of a pickle as you, though. He knows what you look like. And he knows that you're not very smart and can't stay hidden for long.
I honestly, I could probably pull a favor with the pit crew and bring you back with us and tell Santa exactly why we burned it down.
He's gonna kill you if you do that.
And he's gonna kill you, too.
Do you really want thousands of elves on your case? If you say, haha, I did something smart. I burned a Santa suit. How do you think Santa Claus is gonna respond to that?
I have nothing left to lose. I don't care if I die doing this, because I am dying either way.
Welcome to the Nothing to Lose Club, buddy. It's the wasteland. Get in line.
Okay, that one's gonna deal damage.
Fletcher is triggered.
That's an effect. Okay, she takes 1 point of damage.
Broke her toe or something.
Whew, well, I'm not getting this back to Santa now. Whew.
And he's gonna storm off.
There might be a reason why this is the only one that survived of the Santa group, of the elf group.
Julian, do we know anything else about this department store? It's 30 minutes away. You've told us that.
Yeah.
No, it's surrounded by feral ghouls.
Exactly the information I needed. You mentioned before that feral ghouls aren't aggressive to other ghouls. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's a thing.
They will not attack actual ghouls.
I had no idea that was a thing.
I have an idea.
All right,
Well, let's go talk about it outside then.
let's all go.
Is there a trash can outside?
Yes.
I would like to beat the crap out of that trash can.
Okay,
with
roll
my
an
stick.
attack.
Because of that scene of
Is
this
Saw.
visual?
No, he wanted to hit something with the stick, and that's the first thing I thought of.
He's
Is
just
this
rage
something
quitting.
we would see / notice?
It's
You probably
pretty
hear the
pathetically bad.
Oh,
Okay.
no, buddy.
Did you roll a 1 though?
No, he didn't roll anything.
You miss. Oh.
But do we see him doing this? Is this a thing?
Well, I mean, he probably does this immediately after he goes outside, so we might.
Yeah.
See
He's,
the
if
tail
he
ends,
misses,
but-
he's just gonna push the trash can on the floor,
Okay, you can't do that.
and then just sit on the floor with his head in his hands.
He's rage quitting.
Pix walks out, cool as a cucumber, closes the thing and says,
Oh wait, are all of you gone?
"Yeah, I mean
Probably
we're
all
leaving.
Yeah.
Can I say one more
We're all
thing
about to
before you
leave.
go?
Let's say, yeah.
Please, do any of you have medics? My foot is killing me.
Medics?
Come on.
We lost all of our meds.
We don't have any.
Yeah, I had a stim pack, but it's gone. Sorry.
Father Christmas.
Can I help her first before leaving?
Do you want to do first aid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I help in any way?
Not on a first aid check, I believe. I think that needs to be up to him.
Okay.
That's one success.
Okay. What's your medicine skill?
Let me double check. Medicine 3.
Okay. She gets 3 hit points back.
Whew. Well, so you're the good cop?
No, I just thought it was too much.
Well, thank you.
Please.
Nobody should be treated like that kid. I
Thanks.
can't apologize for him, but sorry.
Get out of raider groups if you get the chance. Maybe that's not today, but if you get the chance, then you run. Okay?
Can't run from your family, can you?
You can.
You can. I know it'd be hard.
I feel like there's a lot of past tension going on with you two.
Yeah, we're not even sisters. I leave. I like go and say, "Come on, sis," and we leave. And in other confusion, we leave.
I'm down for that.
What in the name of a partridge in a pear tree?
I leave, and I look over and I see Jerry's just on the ground after attacking the thing, and I just like walk over him, like look down, arms crossed, and I go down and I give him a hug from behind. Say,
He doesn't reciprocate the hug,
Yeah.
but he doesn't pull away either.
she just like does like the like people sometimes hug, and those people like understand social boundaries, and Pix doesn't know those things. So she's just holding you and just says, "You will find more to lose if you say that you don't."
Is that a threat?
Think of it as a cosmic one. Not a
In a
personal one.
cosmic sort of way.
The universe is threatening you.
Because it's right when you decide, nothing matters. That's when you lose everything.
All right.
And she's still hugging because she doesn't know social boundaries.
He's like starting to pull out like.
Okay, then she like toys off.
And while they're doing that, I would pull Frankie aside and said, "You say you had a plan."
Well, I happen to have encountered ghouls in the past. Exhibit A. Exhibit B. I've gotten pretty close to them in the wild before. Pharaohs, I mean. They haven't attacked me or my brother before. I could probably get in and out unnoticed. Well,
Let's
even if they
assume-
notice me, they might not do anything about it.
It's assuming the feral ghouls are the only threat.
Could there be a way to like, if we're done, would there be a way to like, I don't know, alert us if like maybe like a gunshot or something if something did go off?
I'd like tabs watching you if you do this.
That's fine by
Like,
me.
it would work.
I would recommend keeping some distance from the ghouls, though. Loud noises tend to startle them.
I'd rather we have just figured this out. But if we don't know all the players at hand, then I think we're going to need the extra help.
And you don't have to do it alone, Pip would say. You want someone to, if there's any like security terminals or anything like that, I could go with you.
Could Pip jump to my wrist?
Of course, yes.
Sure can. And then I can piggyback off of your wrist to other locations if I so desire.
Does Frankie have like a cord on his Pip Boy that he can plug into stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, so I mean, that's not a bad plan. We have tabs watching over you, ready to shoot anything that gets too close. You
I'm
just try
gonna-
to walk in there.
I'm good at hiding, so I could even be with her and maybe you guys like nearby to also like.
I would be worried if any of us got too close that would break whatever it is that Frankie's saying would go on.
Okay.
If they're
Well, I don't think they'd come after me. They'd come
Right.
after you.
exactly.
But they're more dangerous in large numbers. That's all I can say.
More dangerous to you.
No, to anyone else.
Oh.
I mean, they're pushovers, but if there's enough of them, you'll find yourself overrun.
Great. So we'll have tabs watch you. We'll have Pip on your wrist and try to walk in there. And the first sign of trouble, you come back.
Absolutely. Pip can communicate to you, right?
Yes.
If something happens.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let's break in.
And you would see like a cartoony burglar mask appear on Pip's face.
That's a new one.
Frankie will pull up his hood.
All right.
You have
And with
a-
that, we will end session for this week.
Frankie changed his whole outfit.
Sounds like a
He
plan.
looks like his brother.
Thank you for joining us.
So you wouldn't know
We
this.
will see you all next week.
Frankie's spot.
Bye.